Tease. Yo. Oh no. Yo, what up, traders? Happy Friday. It's Shimano Trader live on the air. We back, baby. We back. Happy Friday. What's up? And it's your boy Shimano Trader, a.k.a. Cali Trailhead. This is The Spread. Welcome to the show. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Do not forget, we are live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 a.m. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time on the West Coast. Hope you guys have had a wonderful week. It's been an insane week for me. Really happy to come and reach Friday and hang out with you guys. It's been an amazing week of trading for me specifically. Those Boeing puts have printed the entire week. I finally held on to them for the entire week, and we banked, dude. Probably 500% on that. Just traded it Monday, just hung with it and practiced discipline all the way until yesterday where I closed it. I should have closed it today, but man, when you're out in the field, when you got other things to do and you can't watch your trades, it's probably the best way to trade is to not be in front of your computer sometimes. You know, give your chance for your trades to breathe. But anyway, we're gonna get ready for the market open today. Market's a little toppy, and we're also experiencing some pullbacks across the market, including Bitcoin. So we're gonna get into that and see what the day has in store for us today. So thanks for hanging with me today. Let's get into some chill mode here, and let's get into the charts, and we'll go from there, huh? All right, guys, let's go over some of the news for today, and then we'll go over some cool charts and see what we got. You guys know I'm doing a Bitcoin patch, right? I'll be doing a Bitcoin patch, so I'm working on designing that. It's simple design, nothing too crazy, but I am going to do that. I have a little Etsy store, and that's always fun. All right, let's get to the keys. The keys of the day, Market Blast keys. Excuse me. Keys to the trading day brought to you by Verified Investing. Verified Investing on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. It's now X. This is Garrett Soloway's Twitter account or his business, and he usually does keys to the trading day every morning on Twitter, so you can find it on there. So I usually just read that out. So S&P saved from key breakdown, likely because of the epic 5.1 trillion option expiration today. So today's what they call quadruple witching. Yeah, today they call it witching. So this event only happens, I believe, 4 times a year, every quarter, or at the end of every quarter, or close towards the end of every quarter. There's this massive expiration day with a lot of options expire. Today's that day. So there should be some volatility in the market, a lot of back and forth on it. So trade carefully. Triple witching day or quadruple witching day. I think that's what they call it. Look it up. All right, Bitcoin back to its below key of 69,000. The weekly close Sunday evening Eastern time becomes key. Weekly bearish topping tail is possible. So we're possibly seeing a topping tail on Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin chart. So trade carefully. Right now is when you're experiencing like the biggest feeling of FOMO, right? Like you want to jump in at these levels. But when we're at 17 levels, where were you, huh? Where were you when it was only 17,000? Now that it's at 70,000 plus, now you want to jump in? Come on. All right, and then Adobe fell sharply after guidance disappointed. Wall Street, 40th biggest stock by market cap, is down 11% pre-market. So we've got some weight dragging us down here. So tread carefully out there, guys. And then Ulta, the high-end beauty retailer, fell 6% on earnings after they complained about the competition is getting tougher in the space. Ulta beauty, makeup, think e.l.f., think Sephora, think of those places in regards to the makeup brand. So it's getting very competitive, especially nowadays, right? I mean, if you ask me, nobody asks me for my opinion, but girls wear too much makeup, in my opinion, too much makeup. And then the Federal Reserve, the FOMC decision is next Wednesday at 2 p.m. We're going to find out about the rate cuts, if that's really going to happen. There's a 60% chance of them happening. But things are changing daily, guys. So, when you're trading out there, be careful. Pay attention to your macro environment, not just your micro environment, not just what's in front of you, but pay attention to what's happening in the market. What are the rumors? What are the news? I mean, you have to have some sort of source now, especially with the technology we have available to us today. You should have some sort of app that you use, Yahoo Finance, excuse me, anything like that to help you just stay on top of the news. And like one of the things that has helped me a lot trading this month specifically was Boeing, right? Just following the Boeing story and just watching the chart and kind of accompanying it with the data that I had, and it allowed me to place that 500% trade this week. That, oh my God, it was such a great trade, and I practiced so much discipline. It was so difficult to stay in that trade. I wanted to get out, but I'm happy that I didn't. So I turned $190 into about $900 this week alone by trading one time, which was just placing that put on Boeing. Excuse me, and then just hanging on to that baby and keeping it up below my target price. I think I closed it. It was like 181, 182 maybe when I closed it, and my target price was 192. So I was like $10 deep into the money. 500%er, guys. Another example. I've been switching my style, kind of live here on the air with a lot of the traders in regards to not trading. Not having to give in to having to trade every single day, every single minute, every single stock. Like, I think that happens to a lot of us as traders, especially starting early on. We get really like I gotta trade every day. Oh, that trade didn't work. Let me jump into the next one. Oh, I got more money left. Let me buy more of these shares. And then like we're running around with like our heads, with a chicken with its head cut off, trying to jump into all these trades. So by staying disciplined, I say basket of fries, but I mean basket of stocks. So you have to have this basket of stocks. Focus on those stocks, your big names, your Apples, your Amazons, whatever they are. Just pick a stock or pick a basket of stocks and then chart them every Sunday. Watch the price action. Even if you're not in the stock, watch the price action. Back test. If you have Thinkorswim, do the on-demand feature and just watch those price actions, man. There is something to be said about having the freedom to sit in front of your computer and watch price action. It's really going to help you just develop ideas, develop patterns, identify patterns. I often talk about the pattern stuff, right? I share that often here. Let me show it with you guys. So I often talk about, the pattern formations, right? Like, I have this sheet in front of me at my desk and I study it religiously. Like, when there's downtime, I'm going through my patterns here and I'm just trying to identify patterns that I can identify in the market, and then that allows me the opportunity to place better trades. All right, and then finally, China's KWEB, the K-Web, I think that's the index in China. Breakout on chart worth watching, though high risks remain. Yeah, Baba got smoked this week, even though the China names, they got really smoked, man. But anyway, those are your keys to the trading day, brought to you by Verified Investing on X. So give them a check, give them a follow. And you can do this yourself every morning too. So they post these every single morning. And you can, kind of get the keys to the day. And then Gareth Soloway has a 30 minutes before market. He has like a 30-minute little show that he does pre-market on YouTube. So you can watch him, and he shares charts with you guys, and he gives you tips. And he does a really good job. Gareth Soloway is one of my favorite technicians, only because he's very calm and collected, and he handles the pressure well when people are so quick to talk shit, right? They're so quick to be like, oh, you were wrong. Oh, look, you're gonna get crushed. Like that's usually how people are doing. And when that happens, some people tend to react a certain way, but not Gareth Soloway. He seems to be real chill about it. And he just says, hey man, I've been doing this for a long time. I know what I'm doing. So if you want to make fun of me, make fun of me. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going to follow my charts and I'm going to follow my patterns. And that's what he's going to do. So, all right, guys. So, yeah. So that's the use for the day. That's my little philo for you guys. Philo, my philosophy. And then, wow, Apple just took a dump. Jesus. We're sitting on calls for today on Apple. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we're going to break down our SPY. So we always do our morning setup for our SPY. So this is our 30-minute chart. Let's leave it. Yeah, let's leave it in 30 minutes. All right, so here we go. What do we do? Do you guys know what we do first?
Do it.
No, tell me.
Do it.
All right, so we're going to chart SPY. I like scalping the SPY. And you know, the SPY keeps me humbled because it reveals to me how we're wrong, right? And then I keep a yearly P&L to show me what kind of money I've made on the P&L. I'm sorry, on SPY for the year, and it hasn't been great so far. So I think I'm down like $300 for the year trying to scalp the SPY. And it also teaches me, and maybe teaches you guys as watchers, to understand that scalping is difficult. Scalping is not profitable most of the time, and trying to make a quick buck usually leads to you losing money. So I'm almost convinced that Charlie Munger was right. The big money is in the patience. All right, so let's set up this chart. So as you guys know, green bar here is previous day high, red bar here is previous day low. So we're going to activate this, edit. No, I'm sorry, we're going to just activate it here. All right, and then we're going to grab it and we're going to put it here at the bottom of our range. That will be our previous day low. So as we're setting up our previous low here, activate. All right. I mean, you ain't got to be exact. I'm a little anal with stuff. I'm a little perfectionist on stuff. Kind of could be, you know, just the way I am. All right, so that's your previous day low. So we've got that set, and then we're going to get our previous day high. We're going to activate this sucker right here, and we're going to go to the top. What was our highest yesterday? This was our high yesterday. So that is our high for yesterday. So I'll move it forward just to have it in the bar here. So kind of like that. Again, guys, it's just a zone. It's just a zone to watch. So as price action comes up into the zone, we want to be on alert and we want to be paying attention. What's it going to do at these levels? Obviously, as you can see right now, the market is selling off. I don't know what the news are on it right now, but we're seeing SPY sell off, and we're also watching Apple sell off a bit. All right, so we're going to activate our pre-market high. So this is going to be our pre-market high right there, right? And then this is going to be our pre-market low, which seems to be a moving target right now because we are dropping, but we will put it, oh no, our low is here actually. There you go. All right, so that's going to be your pre-market low. This is going to be your pre-market high, previous day low, previous day high. We're already feel like we're trending down, right? Like if you look at it, maybe the last couple of days here. So this is going to be Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So here's where we started Monday. Sold off after the market. We kind of regain our balance here. We remember we had the CPI print this week, right? So this week and last week we've had hotter prints on inflation year over year, month over month. I think we had retail sales as well. So just know that there is some headwinds out there right now as we're trading. So trade with caution and you know, take care of your money, man. I mean, take care of your money. That's really all I can really say, because it's so easy to lose it. It's so easy to lose money in the stock market. I'm just cleaning up my chart a little bit here, so bear with me. Got about 17 minutes until the market opens. What are you trading today? What are you eyeing, guys and gals? Are you guys eyeing a specific stock, a specific index? Are you just gonna stay patient? What's the play? So there is our pre-market high, pre-market low, previous day high, previous day low. So we have all that set up. So that's how I set up my chart. Big sell-off here happening, guys. Pre-market. I wonder what's going on. See if Apple can hold this upline support here. So that is our chart set up for the day. If we're going to scalp the SPY, I always, you know, I kind of dibble and dabble on the SPY. But yeah, you know, I think I lost $40, $50. But to be honest with you guys, man, I would have made money. I just wasn't managing the trade. So I had the right idea. Like I was in puts yesterday when I left my desk. Had to hit the field, and I was sitting in puts. And then when I got to my destination, I looked at my phone and I said, "Oh man, Apple's going up, and SPY. Oh no, I'm sorry, Apple's going down and SPY is going up." So I kept my Apple call because it was a end of week expiration, and then my SPY was 0 DTE, and because it was 0 DTE, I closed it right to save $18. I didn't want to lose those last $18. I had 2 contracts at $9 left. And I didn't want to lose that contract. Oh man, there's Apple breaking that support. We may not get our call today. And dude, it hit my target, but I just wasn't in front of my phone. So that happened to me Thursday, and it happened to me Wednesday, and it happened to me Thursday. So I had the right idea, but because I couldn't be in front of my computer, I needed to be at some job walks, and I left my trades open and I closed them. I closed them just by looking at my phone. I was like, oh man, this is not going the way I wanted to. I don't want to lose this extra $18. And in order not to lose $18, I closed it. I ended up losing 40, but then they ended up hitting my target, dude. So I would have doubled that money. But hey, dude, these are the mental games that we play with ourselves. These are the mental games that stupid Google listening. These are the games that you play with yourself, right? And by that, I mean that you second guess yourself, you doubt yourself, and it sets you up for the next trade for it to be a bad trade because you hold on to the previous trade idea thinking, and you go into this new idea thinking that you learn from that last one. So, whatever trade you're in, that's the trade you have to focus on. Don't worry about what happened last time or what didn't happen last time. Like just be confident with the trade that you're placing and have trust in the data or the things that you have available to you to place that trade, and don't try to say, oh, but last time it did this, right? So anyway, I hope that helps. All right, watching SPY break new low of day here for SPY, or new pre-market low. So let's we're gonna have to adjust our pre-market low here. Watch this. Yeah, look, new low. So yeah, man, everything feels top heavy in the tech sector. I think we're gonna, let me see, we'll float around here, but we have, look at that sell off. It's already trying to get to yesterday's low. So I wonder what's going on. Is there news? Let me see. USA manufacturing production month over month for February 0.08 versus 0.03 estimate, minus 1.1 prior. Capacity utilization, industrial production, USA industrial production year over year minus 20% versus 0.3% prior. Oh, Fulton County DA Van Willis case against Trump can continue if she's special prosecutor. Man, they keep messing with that, man. Jesus Christ, man. I can't believe we have Trump and freaking Biden as choices for president again. Ain't that crazy, dude? That's just wild. I mean, we have some billions of people in the United States, and we're down to these last two guys. Not trying to get political, guys. I know some of you guys don't like that. Don't like the political scene. I get it. We're a non-political show, guys. Don't worry about it. We're non-political here. All right, so we've done our pre-market setup. Let's switch up this music. Let's try some new music. I had some, what I have today. So I had some new music, some new EDM music today. Let's see how that. Let's see if we like that at all. I wish it would fade, but it doesn't. Oh no, I have this one before. Let's switch this one. I think I had a new one. Oh, there it is. Spread playlist. All right, traders, to see what's going on here. All right, so let's get ready for the market open. We got about 10 more minutes for the market opens. SPY selling off. Apple is testing the rising support here. That's not good for us. I just don't like it loud on my headphones. All right, traders, let's see what we got here. So VIX is popping a little bit. ARK's bottom of the range, yeah, bottom of the range for ARK. And then Marvel continues to sell off. Did we do range? No, we didn't do any ranges for that. Why do I have this line up here? What's that line for? Oh, it's like an all-time high. Why do I have this? Oh, yeah, it's a high. It's an all-time high. Oh, All right, let me put it back to the hour here. Yeah, major sell-off on that, dude. That's wild. Meta holding. Should be an hour, though. Yeah, so maybe puts are in play today. We'll see. We got about 9 minutes until the market opens, guys. Let's get ready. Bitcoin 67,770. Quality sucks, man. I wonder if it's my streaming. Oh man, SPY's dumping, guys. Jeez, what happened to the SPY? Oh shit, everything's dumping, guys. Fuck. What are we gonna do here? We were gonna do a new pre-market low on that. Wow. Wow, everything's dumping, guys. I don't know what's going on. Everything's down. See if we get a drop and then a pop. Yeah, market's something's up. Something's up. Puts are the play today, man. Go put heavy at open, maybe. We already hit our previous day low. We're breaking that. Got 8 minutes to go for the next market to open. Wow. Yeah, market's selling off pretty hard here. SPY is. Find a bounce area here. Where's next levels? It's a major level there. So I'm just setting levels for SPY here. SPY setting off. I just want to set some levels for it and see if these are levels of areas that it can bounce. Just to be prepared, you know, just to have those levels already to your left there. So if it's gonna hold at those levels, it's gonna keep dropping. We'll see. Got about 6 more minutes to market opens. Yeah, Apple's dropping too. Tesla look like it's gonna keep dropping. Where's Lyft? Oh man. Oh, there's a gap down here too. Oh, there's a big gap fill here. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that gap there. Yeah, dude, I don't know what happened. I'm sure there's news, right? There's commercials right now. I'll see if when these guys come back on, see if they'll play something for us. Wow, futures dump, man. Yeah, we're in for an interesting day today. We are in for an interesting day. Wow. Already reaching that one level. I'm about to erase that stupid messenger, dude. I don't know who the hell keeps messaging me. So yeah, nothing back on the news here. So got that little bounce there. I don't know what that was, but we are getting a little bit of bounce here at that level. Look, surprisingly, we already had that level written, and it had already yeah, I kept the music. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Wow. Wow, that's massive, guys. Wonder what happened there. What is going on? See if that bounce survives. Yeah, big sell off there. I don't know if there had to be a data release. I gotta stop getting those notifications. Let me just switch it off. Yeah, I'm trying to buy a car at one point, and I'm not doing that no more. Wow, huge drop on Apple, guys. We're gonna eat it on Apple. Jesus Christ. Ah, that's gonna be rough. $490 million. That's nothing. Interesting. All right, guys, we got about 2 more minutes to market open. Market is selling off hard. Apple just dumped. We don't know why. Something about a lawsuit settlement. $490 million. That's like lunch money for Apple, isn't it? Wow, that's gonna crush our shares. Tesla's looking to gain. Why? All right, big range up going into the market today, guys. SPY selling off hard. Apple just came out with some news about settling a lawsuit for $490 million for some comments that Tim Cook made. But SPY's dumping pretty hard at open here with 2 minutes to go. Get ready, be ready, stay ready. All right, major sell off here. Let's maximize this grill here. This grill. Yeah, this grid. This grill. Am I hungry? Oh, what's going on? Activate. Let me see. Activate this. Yeah, we already hit our second level of support here on SPY. We've just been drawing levels of support and adjusting our pre-market low. But yeah, we're selling off pretty hard, guys. Tech looks really heavy going into this morning. But it could also just be a fake out. So never speak in probabilities. It's all just, never speak in absolutes or certainties. It's all probabilities. There's a high probability that we'll sell off. We might get a bounce at open and then sell off the rest of the day. But yeah, man, real bad news here on SPY. I think something happened. There's some news that came out too on manufacturing and production. I think we're minus 1% over the last report. But yeah, there's some data that just came out and it wasn't bueno. It was no bueno. It was no bueno for SPY at least. And all right, good luck, traders. All right, market's open. Good luck. So big candle, big wick on Apple. SPY getting a little bit of a green candle now. All right, there's Apple recovering. I want to maximize this real quick just to adjust my drawing here. So bear with me. Yeah, I just want to fix this because I'm anal like that, bro. I'm anal like that. Ah, it's right at the line. Ah. All right, let's see. I'll put it right below just so I can see it. There. All right. So that's our level there. All right, so let's see what happens now. Jeez, no, that's not what I meant to do either. Oh no, what happened? Okay, jeez. No, it did it. Oh, sorry guys. Yep, and it. Oh man, I hate that it did that. What style is this? April 2020. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened right now. And what study am I using? September 2020. Is that what I had? Study September 2020 and drawing. Style have April 2020 style. Ah, there it is. All right, there's your Tesla pop there. Spy, sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, there we go. That's your 30-minute chart there. Apple is recovering a little bit here, and then we're watching Tesla. A little bit of a move on Tesla. Let's put the hourly chart here. Tesla looks to gain. We'll see how that goes. Little pop on SPY here at the bottom. Watching Apple. We were in Apple calls today. So, and then, yeah, we're in Apple calls. And we just got clapped. Boeing. Maybe rotation now, guys, because techs might be selling off. Look at other names. Tesla looks a little interesting here. I made some good money on Tesla yesterday. A real short-term option trade on it. All right, but now we're watching. Let's see if Apple can do anything today. I mean, major sell-off on that. No wonder the calls were so cheap. All right, will Apple recover? We shall see. Yeah, so I'm down my calls on Apple. But it's all right. We might battle back. See Tesla, 165.05. Let's look at everything 0 DTE today, guys, because it's end of the week. So not financial advice, not a recommendation. You can and will lose money, so trade carefully out there. 164. So if we look at Tesla, 164 calls, 165 calls are 146. Let's see if we get filled. All right, we got filled on Tesla calls here. 165 Tesla calls for today. Should be a real quick trade. We're up 650 on it already. So we're already sitting on Tesla calls for 165 for today. Already up $11.50. That is 6% up so far. We'll see if that holds. We do have Apple calls that are clapped right now, but we're gonna keep an eye on them. See if we can recover the rest of the day. It's been 4 minutes. It's been 4 minutes as a market open, all right? So trade carefully out there. All right, let's see if we can get Tesla. We can get some movement on Tesla. We got in right on the money on those. Those are in the money. Oh no, they're almost in the money. They're like 8 cents away from the money. All right, so we're gonna watch that real quick. So Tesla's on call. Teslas, we have open calls on them right now. It's closed. Oh, let me edit this one. Oh shoot, that's not where it goes. Right here. All right, calls. All right, calls 165. It's in here somewhere, guys. You probably can't see it, but it's in here. The 165 call. That is our target price for today. And we're gonna see if we can get some price action on Tesla. Anything above 165 should be pretty profitable. We're down again now just because it's came back down a bit. But we are down $28 on it. So imagine we're already down $28, right? And we got as high as $6-7 on in the money. So what that means is that, see how the premium works against you when you're losing money. It eats that money a lot faster than it does when you're making money. You have to be really above the strike price to really start making some money on options here, especially on 0DTE. So we see we get clapped. That was a $140 trade. So that's what we have at risk here. Yeah, we're down 22% on it right now. So we'll see if it can recover, or we're just gonna have to get out of that and take a loss. 0DTEs are super dangerous, super scary, because it could all happen really quickly. So let's say you were sitting in Apple calls like I am this morning, and look at the position that I'm in right now, trying to pray my way back up to the support line. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, so we're down 102 now, $102 by taking that Tesla trade right now. So we'll see how it plays out. A lot of time to go. So we'll see how it goes. There's a little bullish momentum, or there's some bullish bias on an article that I read this morning for Tesla, and that kind of gave me the confidence to take that trade. But not financial advice, not recommendation. All right, Boeing here. See how Boeing reacts. Boeing made us a lot of money this week, so we're very grateful for that. Here's Apple recovering nicely. So if you guys didn't hear the news, apparently Apple's settling a lawsuit in China. I think Tim Cook made some comments about the iPhones in China, and then they sued him, and they just settled it this morning for $490 million. I mean, $490 million to Apple is like, that should not be a lot. Right, it should not be a lot of money for them. I think they're sitting on billions of dollars worth of cash. So anyway, maybe that's a good or a bad thing. I would assume it's good, because then it settles the lawsuit. You pay the money. You have certainty. You don't have uncertainty with like what's going to happen with this lawsuit. Instead, you know that it's closed. You got to cough up some money in exchange for what happened, and now you can just move on with your life. So I would consider it to be a positive thing for Apple. So we're going to hang on to these calls and see what happens. You see Tesla recovering a bit here. We need to get to 165, above 165. So many lines here. I would have to explain what these lines mean. So we have our weekly range here. So now Tesla's sitting at the bottom of the weekly range. So every Sunday night when I chart, let me see if I can blow this up, and you guys are curious to hear about it. I didn't like that happened, though, that I lost the format on my chart, and I had to reset it up. Thank God I knew how to do that. Okay, so let's maximize this this grid, this cell. I'm probably hungry. Okay, so yeah, so this is your weekly range here, 185.34 to the high side, and it was 165.34 to the low side. It was like a $10 move for where it closed on Friday for Tesla. So every week I do a range, right? I look at the option chain for the week, and it tells me what the anticipated move is going to be for Tesla for the week, or any stock, and then we just chart those lines, and then we try to trade within that range. And it's been very helpful, but it also has revealed to me that not all strategies work. Well, right? I mean, but I'm going to say this, like, not all strategies work the way you intend them to work. So I've had situations by doing this the last couple of weeks where a stock does not trade even inside the range. It hits the bottom of the range like it did here with Tesla, and it stays below it. It doesn't even work its way back up. So there's a lot of ways to look at it, but in my opinion, it's a plan. And a good ex-boss of mine once said, a bad plan is better than no plan at all. So take that for what it's worth. It's better to have a plan going into something, and that's what I do on Sunday nights when I do my chart. So you can check out those videos on my YouTube channel. I think I have it on Tradecaster as well. And you can check out, it's called the expected weekly move, or the expected weekly range. I named them something like that. I have them on Tradecaster. You can go to my video library in Tradecaster and check them out. And you could also check it out on YouTube. I think I do it on both. I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel as well, not just my Tradecaster thing. So, anything can happen. Once you're in somebody's platform, anything can go bad, and then your audience like stays behind. So we're trying to keep the relationship with you guys and keep it going. So, all right. So markets settled down a little bit. Little red across the market. Looks like the Russell might be up a little bit, like four points, but overall, we're holding pretty good despite the dump this morning. So we might climb from here. I'm not sure. All right, so we're down on our Tesla trade, $36 so far. That's recovered a bit, 34. We're down 22% on that. I almost feel like adding another contract, right? But that'll be a pretty large position. And that's usually the tendency. That's why I named the show on Fridays, Don't Lose Your Gain Fridays, because you might have had a great week, and then Friday comes along, and then you just you shit the bed on Friday, right? Pretty bad. You lose all your gains for the week, and that's just terrible, man. Nobody wants to go into the weekend with money in their pocket and then have no money in your pocket. All right, Tesla recovering nicely here. So we've got Tesla at $20 now. We'll see if we can get a recovery there. All right, Boeing recovering here too. Boeing, man, made us some cash this week for sure. It's been beat up so much though. Let's see where Lyft is at. Lyft was another position that we had. So Lyft sold off as well. It's down 0.62%. Everything's sold off in the morning. Amazon, I mean, you look across the board, man, everything's been selling off this morning. So we'll see what the rest of the day has in store. It's been a tricky week of trading. They've been selling it off at the end of the day. So they just flush it at the end. I think they did it yesterday. I mean, at least on SPY. Let's check it out here. I think they did it on SPY. We'll put an hourly here. Yeah, so look, the last couple of days. Oh, that's daily. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, so you see the last couple of days here. I think this is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this was Thursday. I mean, this was Wednesday. Look at the morning. Climb, sell off at the afternoon. In the morning, they did the same thing yesterday, right? They dumped it in the morning. They recovered, went sideways, and then flushed it, and then recovered. So yeah, man, trade carefully out there, guys. There's definitely some shenanigans going on. There's Tesla working its way back up. We'd like to see that. Boeing working its way up. We'd like to see that. You can take, like when we're trading options, man. You can just you don't have to trade a monster trade. You can just in other words, you can get really close to your strike price and make money, and you don't have to hit your strike price. If you just have enough time on the clock and you're within the strike price or in the money already, you'll make some money. It's only the big money is like what I did with Boeing, right? I opened the position on Monday, which was a put contract for 192.50, and the thing went all the way down to like 181, 180. That is when you make pretty big bucks. I told you I made like 500% on that. And then Boeing's been beat up so much that there might be some value there on a pop. Let's look at contracts around Boeing. So it's 182.67. I'd probably look at 183s, 182.50s, or 119. I'll probably take that. All right, I'm going to take Boeing calls as well here. 182.50 would be my calls on that. So I'll just put a little target price here for us, just so we can see it. But I think I'm being a little loosey goosey with my money because I made good money this week on trading, and I'm being a little bit I might be being a little reckless here. So just sharing it with you guys. All right, so that's our strike price. Wasn't 182.50, right? 182.50. This would have been cheap otherwise. Yeah, a lot cheaper. All right, that's our target price there. So we're gonna watch that, and we're watching that in Tesla. That and Tesla are calls today. Probably be the only trades we take today. I have to hit the field today. I have some job walks to do in the early morning here, so we'll be gone here by like 9 today. So we'll keep an eye on these two trades, see if we can make a little bit of money. But look at SPY, guys. SPY selling off pretty hard. Wow, put plays on SPY today. That's gonna drag us down. But because we're, at least Boeing is not a tech company, so we might have a little bit of protection right here on Boeing, but not the case for Tesla. But Tesla's been beat up so much, it's like it's due for a bounce. But you see, you got to hear what you're saying sometimes. You just can't speak in absolute certainties. It's just a probability game. All right, Boeing is moving up here. Tesla's having a hard time. We need to really break this resistance here. See if we can get some upward momentum there. Apple, man, look at the candle on Apple right now. Wow, a lot of indecision, a lot of buying and selling happening right there. Looks like chips are making a little bit of a comeback. Marvel, AMD's looking good. I usually don't look at Nvidia that much though. And then Arc sold off pretty hard yesterday as well. Looks like chips are starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Spy calls might be something to consider. Especially right now, we'll be going to contrarian. You see how it's selling off so hard? But when you look across the board, you're seeing the chips starting to recover a little bit. So maybe SPY is just going to sell off in the morning here and just climb the rest of the day. I have an hourly here. I like to keep 15 to 30 minutes on the SPY. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's 15-minute candles there. We're way below the EMA lines here. So we need to recover. We need to get above the EMA lines. We'll see if that even happens. It's real early, guys. It's real early. So usually I like to wait at least 15 to 30 minutes before I start placing trades, but I didn't do that today. See? I didn't even respect my own rule. Yeah, I'd be probably looking for a great place for a bounce on SPY. Just because everything looks bullish, everything looks bearish, so everybody's probably going puts heavy, and that's what the market makers like to see. They like to move everybody over to one side and then pull the rug on them. So that's the market manipulation that happens, and ain't nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, that's the rules that the game is rigged. Understand that, period. The game is rigged against us, small traders. So we have to know the rules and then play the rules. Nice recovery on Apple there, to be honest with you. All right, traders, big sell-off at the open. Trying to see how the market settles down, and we can take some positions. We are currently sitting on Boeing calls, 182.50 end of day today, and also Tesla. We opened up some Tesla calls, so we're just playing the contrarians here. Market sell-off in the morning. Historically, this week we've been, I think we've been popping in the morning and then dropping, but this morning we've dropped that morning. So the idea is that we'll pop in the afternoon. Not a recommendation, not financial advice, but just that's kind of the idea here. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin 68,377 currently. All right, traders, happy Friday. Hope you had a great week of trading so far. It's our last day of the week here. Hopefully you guys have been profitable all week. Do not lose your gains Friday. You guys make some cash. All right, it looks like we're gonna have some continuation to the downside on SPY. So trade carefully there, guys. We're expecting Tesla to move today, so we'll see if that works out for us. Yeah, we're down. All right, a little bit of green there on Tesla. We want Tesla. We're sitting in calls, 160 something calls. I forgot. I can't read it. 165 calls. Yeah, I actually think that's good news for Apple that they settled that lawsuit. I don't consider it necessarily bad news. All right, seeing a little bit of green here. Little green also on Boeing. Like to see that. Yeah, I like being a contrarian trader, right? So what does that mean? That means that I am going to buy when others are selling, and I'm going to sell when other people are buying. It's worked out well for me, so I'm going to continue that. Just here with Apple, like I'm going to add to my shares here on this dip. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm adding my shares to my Apple and get my average down a little bit. So that'll bring my average down to about 172.38. Just bought a couple hundred shares on it. A couple $100. All right, Bryce. So my average down a little bit on that. I was seeing Boeing a little bit of a build up here. We've got how many shares that open? 1.2 million shares that open. Yesterday we had 1.1. And just kind of be, look at this one. It was a 1.5. There was one that was a massive one. This one's 3 million here. So that's what I mean when I share that. Get familiar with a stock, and kind of trade stocks that you're familiar with, and that really has seemed to help me is to, stick to a basket of stocks that you want to get familiar with. Right, things that you may want to use. Start off with things you like or things you can relate to. Apple, for example, probably on your iPhone all day. So, think about the Apple brand, and then like handpick a handful of stocks and then chart them. Watch how they react, how they react to the market, how they react to news, how they react to data, and just spend time with those stocks. It's like you have to intimately get to know them, right? It's like you're gonna spend time with them, and then you watch the price action. You start charting on Sundays. Probably apply the expected range strategy that I teach. Have an idea how it's going to move, what the expected move's going to be, those kind of things, and it'll help you be a better trader for sure, man. For sure. I think we all just want to get to the making the money part, and I mean, even myself, right? Like, even that I've been trading for years, I am not at that level where we see these influencers talk and they can just, make thousands of dollars in one day. I mean, I've done it. I just can't do it consistently. I've had great weeks, great months, great days. But I just have not been consistent reading, right? I can't duplicate those, $2,000 days 2-3 times a week, right? I can do it once. I have to have some luck that goes along with that as well. So that's what I mean. Eventually you're building this confidence where you're confident about the things that you're doing and executing trades. But a lot of it comes with just getting familiar with the software that you're using too, right? And the software that you're using to trade, like getting familiar how to execute trades and that sort of thing. So it takes time. And if you see anybody out here making millions and millions of dollars trading, they've put in a lot of work. Make no mistake. Look at Tesla's under the 5-day EMA line. Definitely don't like to see that. All right, looks like it's got some downward momentum possibly. Just trying to put a little line there just to help me keep an eye on it. But no, man, it looks like it's gonna want more downside here. So we'll keep an eye on it. Apple's like recovering a little bit. Remember, market's only been open for less than half an hour, so anything can change, and things can change very, very quickly. So Dan Ives keeps faith in Tesla through white knuckle times. Not the end of the growth story. I've seen maybe a little bit of a bottom here on SPY, maybe. 15-minute candles. Got 5 more minutes to the next candle. So let's see how that opens up. Look at Apple, big wick here. Kind of just filling it back up. Maybe it'll get back to a support and continue forward and up. Keep climbing. Yeah, major dump in the morning, guys. I wonder, data dump on that. I think production came in weak, month over month. And then SPY here, and it's pretty early here, but this looks like possibly a little bear flag that might form, right? This is the pole here. We might consolidate a little bit here and continue further to the downside. So trade carefully there on SPY. That's what I'm at least anticipating there. But everything's down. Everything across the board. Meta's down 0.84%, down $4. AMD with a little pop. It's up a percentage point. Marvel chips looks like chips are making a little bit of a push up. ARC, Marvel, and AMD starting to see some green shoots there. Lifts with a little bit of a pop, a little bit of a bounce. I mean, Amazon sold off. This is down about 1.5%. AMD's up as well. Oh, I already called that AMD, huh? Oh, I have it on another chart here. All right, so it looks like we're going to get a little bit more volume here on Tesla to the downside. So trade carefully there, guys. No, we have not hit our targets. We're nowhere near our targets in some of these other trades. So we're going to hang in there and see what happens, or we might have to cut it loose. Got to be a good loser, man. Got to be a good loser. All right, seeing a little bit of a candle there. Little baby bounce. A little baby bounce. All right, some continuation here on SPY. This is a 50-minute chart. All right, staying patient here. Market's only been open for about 28 minutes. Why haven't we made $1,000 yet? I thought trading was supposed to make $1,000 in like 10 minutes and then like enjoy the rest of our day. Isn't that the way it works? That's funny. All right, so Tesla, it just came up to our price target and it just got rejected there. So we're gonna see if we can hang on a little longer on that. It's down $111. Can you believe that? And it's a $140 trade. So yeah, it can get ugly really quick. But we've had plenty of time. Or we're willing to stay with the trade a little bit longer and see if it plays out. Okay. Still some downward pressure here, guys, across the board. I think only Boeing's the only one that's kind of holding up a little bit here, at least on what we have displayed here. So we'll continue to watch these plays together, and I'll lose the money. You guys just get to watch. Oh, this song's so funny. All right, so there's Tesla here starting to come to our support level here. Let's see if it's going to break through that support. All right, guys, that's the next candle, 7 a.m. on the West Coast. Thanks for joining us today on The Spread. We are a live stock and option trading show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. We're broadcasting from the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. If you care, I am on Instagram at Shimano Trader, brand new handle if you want to connect there. But other than that, just please subscribe to the show. Follow us here. We're, again, 3 times a week is when we broadcast. Looks like the market's waking up a little bit too. And also follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining us today. listening to some tunes, watching the market, and placing some trades, and just hanging out for a couple of hours with you guys, and just talking it up, talking business. And then we got to hit the field today. We got some job walks to do. We got some clients to visit. Hopefully, we can finish the day in the green. So we're down 179 right now. We have Tesla calls, we have Boeing calls, and we have Apple calls. But these Apple calls were placed earlier in the week. We didn't expect this dump to happen this morning, obviously, but I think it's good news. I think it's good news that Apple has settled that lawsuit with China or someone in China, and they're gonna have to pay $490 million. But that should be settled and over with. So maybe that's good news for Apple. So we've added shares to our long-term portfolio on Apple here on this dump here. So we've added a couple of shares on that. We've taken calls. We're sitting in 175 calls. It's gonna be really hard to get up there, but anything can happen. But it does look like the market is gonna continue to go down. Look at SPY here falling. It's gonna hit another level here. We have another level here. We've been setting levels on SPY since the dump this morning. It's already broken down through 2 of those levels. All right, so we're going to continue to watch these things, see if the market changes. I'm going to check over the S&P. S&P is 5114 on the S&P. And futures are down, actually testing 200-day moving average on the hourly chart. So we're looking a little top heavy. VIX is popping as well. So you guys trade carefully out there. Watch your trades. Set your stops. Don't give it up to the market. Keep your gains, right? We named the show Don't Lose Your Gains Friday because that is notoriously what happens on Fridays. It's like we have a good week, we lose all our money on Friday. And ain't nothing worse than going into Saturday and Sunday, especially when there's UFC fights this week. And you feel like, damn, I should have just closed that share. Damn, why did I hang on to that stock? Damn, why did I get so greedy? I know that all sounds familiar, man. That's because we all have the same feelings. All right, we're seeing a little green here on Tesla. We are sitting on calls on Tesla. We're down $100 on Tesla calls right now, but trying to see if we can recover a little bit. Oh, I like this jam. This jam's dope. This jam is dope on a Friday. Maybe you guys can hear it. Also, if you need feedback, anybody in here watching me today, you give me any feedback on the quality of the stream, meaning sound and video. If we're coming across pixelated, things like that help me because then I gotta, change my internet provider or something. I gotta do something about it. But yeah, let us know where you guys are from. If you're in the room today, put it in the chat. Let us know where you're calling us from or where you're joining us from. And just enjoy this jam, dude. This jam bomb. This jam, this jam, this jam bangs. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Let's go. Happy Friday, guys. All right. All right, starting to see a little green here on Tesla. We like that. We like that. And then look at Boeing. Boeing's starting to show some love here. All right, Boeing. We're still red on Boeing. What did my wife just text me right now? Okay. Where's our Boeing? All right, we're down 650 on Boeing right now. But look, it's starting to break starting to hit our target level here. Oh, my wife text me something. What's she saying? Oh, wow. Congrats. Congrats, babe. All right, we see now Boeing break this level here. Damn, am I coming across too loud? Test. Oh, no, that's cool. All right, man. Enjoy that jam, dude. I like that jam a lot. All right, Tesla green. Oh, Apple continuing lower. Yikes. Our shares are going to take a hit there. No biggie, guys. I like Boeing here. Boeing's starting to show a little bit of life. Maybe. Let's go. Damn, I hope that didn't bleed your ears. Yeah, tough trading day today, especially in these stocks. All right, so we have this next level here on Apple. Let's see if this level's going to hold. We're already there. This is like a action movie song. All right, guys and gals. All right, SPY continuing lower. Yeah, dude. Look, told you, kind of looked like a little bit of a bearish flag, little bearish formation. We'll see where the bottom's gonna be on this thing. We set our levels here, but we're gonna see. All right, see if that. All right. All right, continuing to watch SPY sell off pretty hard. Boeing's found some support here. Let's see if Boeing can pop today. It would be a good trade for us today. But yeah, SPY is selling off hardcore. Just looking at my P&L. You know, they talk about not being on your P&L. You know, not really checking it out. But that has to be real difficult. Yeah, man, all the way down. So we're still having downward pressure here. Yeah, it looks like it's intensifying. The selling is intensifying a bit. All right. All right, we're just going to watch this. I like Boeing here. Boeing's to start getting into the money here shortly. They're a couple of bucks away. 182.50. Yeah, we're already in the money there, I think. Yeah, we're already in the money. So let's see if Boeing can make a move here to the upside. Some relief. It needs a little relief, right? Look at me. You guys hear me? I'm putting it on the market. Like, it needs to do this. It needs to do that, right? Like the market cares. All right, so Apple came down to this level. Right, so this is a level that we set. It actually wicked through that level and it kind of bounced back up. So we'll see if that's the bottom for Apple there. But it needs a pretty major move for us to cash out those contracts. Most likely won't happen. SPY, there might be an opportunity for a bounce on SPY, especially at somewhere about these levels here. We're just going to keep an eye on it. We'd love Tesla to make a move. That'd be great. It's at the bottom of the range for the week. Tesla is, so it's just messing around here at the bottom of that range. Last week it broke through it and it never even revisited it. It never even got back into the range. Yeah, it's already taken most of our premium too. So you want to be an option trader, huh? All right, so obviously patience is a big part of this game. So I always like to encourage you guys to have a cheat sheet. You know, it's a cheat sheet that I like to reference. I keep it on here to share with you guys, but I keep it at my desk. I should have a physical piece of paper that I'd be staring at to kind of manage my trades and help me look for patterns and help me look for, you know, just to give me an edge kind of thing. So always keep something like that near you guys. Oh man, selling is intensifying, it feels like. Yeah. You got to expect a relief at some point, right? And S&P 5114, we were at 5116 just a little while ago. ES is bouncing on the hourly chart on a 200-day moving average. So we'll see how that goes. Meta down 1.32%, $6.50. So that's down pretty big. AMD is starting to bounce a little bit for your chips. I think all chips are starting to bounce a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of bounces across the board there. A little bit of green. A little bit of green. See this EMA line here. Something we have on watch. Anything can happen. This is the marketplace, right? Just like we flush down, we can like pop right back up. So watch your position, stay patient, be ready. Just gonna stay patient here and watch these trades. Only been open for about 40 minutes, so why we haven't made $1,000, right? I always joke about that. All right, a little bit of a green here on SPY 509. I feel like taking like long calls, like SPY calls. 510 is where we're at. 510 calls are 149. 511 are 105. All right, gonna take 510 calls on SPY real quick. Just a real short trade here. Hopefully we don't get stuck in them. Do a 510 calls on SPY real quick. Just take a quick trade. See if we can make a little bit of money on that. All right, so we're up $1.50 on it right now. Just watching off this wick formation, off this candle formation here, right? I like this wick. See if we can wake up a little bit, or maybe change directions, or regain the 5-day EMA line. That would be ideal. Otherwise, this will become a little bit of a bearish flag formation, possibly. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it really quick. Not let it get away too far from, let it get away too much from us. All right, we're down $8 on it right now, so we're going to see how it plays out. So 510 was the number. We're already there, right? We were there. So we're already here in that 510, kind of this 510 range. See if we can break out of that. We don't need much. So let's see. Down 750. So that's down 4%, 5% right now. Getting a little bit of volume coming in. I like Boeing. I really like Boeing because I like it that it's reclaiming the 5-day EMA line, which is that green line. It's just been staying below it. See how it's just below it, right, hugging it, and now it's starting to get a little momentum to the upside. We can reclaim that. We like I said, we don't need much. We took calls in the money, so it doesn't need a big move for us to get some money there. For the love of money. All right, starting to see a little bit of green here on this candle. A little bit of volume coming in, 3.1 million. It's getting a little bit rejected there now, so let's just keep an eye on that. Let us pray. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my little daughter has a fever. She got sick this week, so my wife was just telling me about that. All right, and you know, man, it's if you have kids, schools are like a petri dish, man. It is just like my kids. I want to say my kids don't get sick, but they get sick when they go to school. Like they just tend to get sick. So let's hope it's not too bad. Sometimes she gets. You know, when she gets with her fever, then she has like this coughing episode that happens shortly after her fevers. So we hope that she's okay. So put out some good vibes out there for her, for my little daughter. She usually comes in here and wishes you good luck. She'll say something like this.
Good luck, traders.
Yeah, and that's my lovely daughter. So let's wish her luck. All right, guys. SPY. We got that SPY. Seems to have worked out for us. We got it off this dip. So this is what I call a reverse hammer, right? Or a hammer candle. It usually indicates a reversal or a trend change, and it's worked out for us here so far. It doesn't mean that it's going to continue to change the trend for the rest of the day, but you do have enough here for a pop. So ideally, what you would want to do in this situation is take calls, right? And at this reversal, and then see if you can get at least a 3 candle formation to the upside before you exit that. Because this, as long as it's below this 5-day EMA line, you're going to keep getting pushed down. You see that? You're going to keep getting pushed down. So a good call on the reversal here. I like to highlight those calls because it helps me give me confidence for my next trade. So I'll just put a circle around and say, hey, I've identified this as a hammer candle. It's probably going to be a reversal. And it did reverse, but it just doesn't mean it's going to continue to reverse to the upside. It just means that you have a short-term reversal here. So that's enough to capitalize on some money. Like we're up 5% on this trade right now. But if we can regain the 5-day EMA line, it should be a lot more profitable. So we're going to check our greed here and see if we can get a little bit more upward momentum before we close out this contract. Otherwise, we'll just close it out. Just kind of walking you through my thinking there. So it's now 50 cents. It was up $6. We'll see if let's see if this plays out. Yeah, we're really we're really outside the money here. We're supposed to be close to 165 on Tesla, and we're at 162 right now. Where's the glow sticks? You guys used to rave before with the glow sticks? Right, so just like we saw SPY here, right? Like it's as long as it's below this EMA line here, we have to be on guard, right? It could just get rejected at that level. And look at Boeing. Boeing is having such a hard time breaking through this 182.50 level. Like such a hard time. But I'm sure if it breaks, man, I think our next level will be up here somewhere. See this little wick up here to the left? Probably another area of resistance for the Boeing call. See if we make it up there. Look like it's having a hard time. So I made this comment on a post on Instagram, and Wendy Williams, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wendy Williams at all, but Wendy Williams was a talk show host, and she has some pretty terrible disease besides like dementia. Well, look at her SPY here, starting to get rejected. She has some sort of she has some sort of dementia. She has a dementia and like a real terrible disease that's kind of like eating away at her body. And I don't know why this is on TV, like I think on one of these cable channels, and they're literally recording her like wither away and watching her record her like a reality show of somebody who's dying. Like it's just so like morbid. And anyway, so what happened was that there was a clip on Instagram where Wendy Williams is like crying, and she's like, they show a picture of her feet, and it looks horrible. And then you see the nastiness of humanity, right? Like there's all these people talking mad stuff, like just being so mean to Wendy. And then Wendy Williams had like she had like a gossip show, right? So she used to talk about other people's lives and spread gossip, right? Gossip about other people's lives. That was like the theme of her show. and people are mean, right? So in this video, people are saying, "Oh, good for her. She got what she deserved. Karma's a bitch. That's what you get." Blah 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 blah. Right? So they're just talking all this smack about her, and these people are just they got to be terrible human beings. Because I took interest in the post because I couldn't do that for somebody. Even if I'm pissed off, like I'm not that kind of person that just kind of just say some hateful stuff to you. And sure enough, man, so I took a little bit of interest, and I went to click on some of the profiles of some people saying mean stuff to her. And they're just like people with like one post, or like Johnnyville 3611, one post, no friends. So I think people go and they create these, they literally go create, they create, what's the word? They create a profile just to talk bad, just to say what they really want to say, what they would not say, right? As a, like, they wouldn't say to somebody's face. They want to hide who they are so they can say the meanest things, right? So I would go check on these people's profile, and I'd be like, damn, these people are like, they don't exist, right? Like, they're creating profiles just to say these mean things on the air or on social media. So I made a comment, I was like, hey, only God can judge. Prayers for Wendy. And I have like over 500 likes. The author liked it, and there's all these people like liking my comment. So I it's pretty cool to, I guess, to watch. But I think the other side of it is that I see how people will still reply to my comment and says, yo, I think God is judging her. Look at her situation. And people continue to be jerks and mean people. But I've never had that happen to me on social media, where I have so many people like a comment that I made. And I just, every time I open up my social media, I have like a dozen or so notifications, and it's people liking that message. And getting to that 100 mark, like when it was like 80 likes, 90 likes, it was real slow. But now it's hit over 100 or 200 likes, 300 likes, and it got liked by the author. So now it's getting closer to possibly 1,000 or more likes. Pretty weird world out there, man. Social media is weird. I'm 45, so I've been kind of watching the birth of social media and how it's been impacting people, in general, and how it's changed people, and even myself, how it makes me act, when I'm on social media. It's kind of weird. All right, a little bit of slow go here on the market, guys. So not a single play of ours is playing right now. We're down on our Boeing, down on our SPY, and down on our Tesla. And obviously Apple is down as well. So not a good trading morning so far. But we're going to stay patient with these trades. I mean, we're down pretty big. We're down over $200 for the day. And we're going to just continue to watch these plays, see if they recover, see if we can get some recovery here. If not, we'll close out, and it's okay. We'll be back next week. Again, we'll be trading till at least 9 o'clock this morning, and go from there. I'm going to step away and go check on my daughter really quick. I'm going to see if CNBC is talking. Oh, they are. So here, I'll put some of that on.
They slashed prices to a little over $16,000. We don't have anything like that, do we?
No, we don't have anything like that here in the States. But
all right, guys, I'll be back. Follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader. I'll be back. I just want to check on my daughter.
The Chinese government for the past 10 to 15 years has really been supporting these companies with grants and incentives and things of that nature. And of course, they have the labor advantage. They have some of the input cost advantage of the elements, et cetera. But it's not just price as you look about electrification growing here in the U.S. It's about the charging infrastructure. It's about the convenience, as we talked about. But there are also some new concerns. Insurance on EVs are higher than existing ones. And this is all overlaid. I mean, you were talking earlier in the hour about consumers moderating and looking at the environment we're in. We're in a very different economic environment, a more stressed environment with higher interest rates, and that suppresses the whole market. And that's why Tesla, for example, is going from a golden era where they literally had no competition and very favorable market environment to a really challenging era now where they have competitors and a less than favorable market environment.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the financial stresses that some of the pure EV makers, not Tesla, may face as a result of this transition stretching out over a longer period. Does that mean the Rivians and Lucids of the world may not be long for this world, Mark?
Well, it all depends on how patient their investors are going to be. But the whole thesis behind these new automakers was, listen, we're going to introduce these products on the high end. Then we're going to introduce lower price products, and we're going to be able to introduce them because we're going to get scale over time. And you're not seeing that scale happen. And in the auto industry, unless you have scale, you can't drive down your costs. And so there's only so many people that can buy a $70,000, $80,000 electric vehicle. And you're seeing that play out in a number of the players right now where, you know, anytime you listen to an earnings call where the CEO or CFO says, here's how much cash we have and it will last us until X date, then you gotta stand up and take notice of that.
Yeah, and we will, and we have, in part thanks to your help. Mark, thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Still to come, the latest on TikTok as we continue to monitor the likelihood of a ban in the U.S. And a quick programming note, next hour on Money Movers. Don't miss New York City developer Bill Rudin breaking down the commercial real estate market and the NYCB fallout. That's at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be right back with the Dow down 90 or so points.
Viciously.
Welcome back. We are continuing to track, of course, the progress being made in the bill that would ban TikTok in the U.S., barring a sale of the business here. It's now in the Senate's hands, having passed the House earlier this week, and you know, could move fairly quickly. We'll be getting updates on that as things move along. But between Schumer, Mark Warner, Maria Cantwell, Lisa Monaco from the DOJ, any number of people who are sort of seen as key here in terms of moving it along, whether it's part of an appropriations bill. The point being, it may move faster than perhaps is expected. TikTok obviously has woken up, so to speak, and is lobbying fiercely, as you might expect, against that bill. But
all right, I'm back.
the likelihood of a
Thanks.
ban of TikTok here in the U.S. is
You guys enjoying the
hard to
CNBC stream? Let me know.
imagine. Could
I like
become a
playing that every
reality,
once in a while,
if in fact
especially
that
like
passes
when
the
important
Senate.
news comes out.
President Biden said he will sign it. And so then a question becomes, is there a potential for a sale of the U.S. TikTok? And as we've reported previously, it seems somewhat unclear and also unlikely that the Chinese would allow any sort of a real technology transfer.
All right, starting to see
that
some
that
bullish
included
momentum here.
Both the
Good
algorithm
stuff.
and the source code, and the Journal today reporting same. Not a
Yeah, it's from like I told you guys
surprise.
earlier,
Yesterday
right? Like
on
the
Squawk
sell-off in the
Box,
morning
former
and
Treasury Secretary
the
Steven
pump in the
Mnuchin,
afternoon
said,
versus
"Hey, I'm putting together
dump
a
in the
group to try to buy
pop in the
TikTok,"
morning
but
and
he
sell off in the
admitted
afternoon.
that there would be some obstacles, namely the Chinese. Take a listen to what his answer was when asked about
Talking
it.
about TikTok.
Right now is
This guy wants
really
to buy TikTok?
who can figure out a way to solve the concerns of the U.S. and China to transfer this without taking what they believe is critical technology. That's really what needs to be solved.
Of course, the source code is the key there. Some 40 million lines of which needs to be basically recopied. So, if in fact this were to happen, so unclear but unlikely at this point that the Chinese would agree. And then you're going to, well, what are you left with? Maybe a ban. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's in fact something that they would see as a benefit. There's been reporting previously, not just about Mnuchin's group, but Bobby Kotick. But again, what I'm hearing is, yeah, you can try, but really, what's the point if the Chinese are not going to allow it to be sold? Certainly not with the source code. Is there really much there left then that you can recreate from a user base that exists? We will see. A beneficiary here certainly would seem to be Meta and perhaps some other companies, including Snap. If in fact this actually was banned. You heard Kate Rooney earlier also talking about Amazon being a potential beneficiary of any TikTok ban here in the U.S. Let's bring in Deirdre Bosa. Deirdre, on the private company side of things, of course, there's ByteDance, and I know it's a company you followed closely as well. Enormous value there. An enormously profitable business in China, not so in the U.S. as much as you might think, given those 170 million users. But they've been spending a lot.
All right,
I'm
gonna cut that feed off, guys,
and I'm
and
not
get back to my
hearing as
music.
much pushback as I did.
Yeah, they're talking about Bitcoin. They're talking about ByteDance and the banning of TikTok that's gonna happen. I mean, it's already happened. They already signed it into law, I think. Let me see. I think I had another the spread playlist. Hang on a second here. That I had more. Yeah, that I had more different kind of music. But anyway, yeah, they're talking about the banning of TikTok and how that may, they're trying to sell it. They're forcing them to sell it. It's weird, man. It's God knows what the real angle is on that kind of stuff. Only because they're not talking crap about like Meta and Instagram and Snap and all these other social media platforms. They're using things like, oh, it's harming our kids and we need to get rid of this, but they're not talking about anything about the American companies doing that. So if anything, it's probably to get rid of competition or have somebody take over. I don't know. There's definitely more to that story than just what you hear. All right, traders, continue to stick with our positions here. 7:34 on the West Coast. I am Shimano Trader. Follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader. I have a couple of different handles. Shimano Trader is the one for the show. Subscribe to the show here. Show us some love on Tradecasters. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And, thanks for hanging out with us today, listening to some jams. Even though I didn't like this song, this one here, maybe I'll skip it. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're here every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So thanks for spending some time with us today. We're seeing Tesla wake up a little bit here. We are sitting on calls, 165 calls on Tesla. See if we can get a little pop on that. We're also sitting on Boeing calls and SPY calls that are probably in the money already. I just haven't wrote no, they're still down 9 cents, but they are in the money. 510 was the strike price on that. So let's set up the strike price on that just so we all know. $5.10 calls 3:15. Man, it's already the 15th of March, guys. Can you believe that? That is our strike price for SPY. So we're in the money. We just need to get like higher up. That's what we just need to get higher. That's what it is. Just got to get higher. All right, so we're watching that. That is on watch. We are in the money there. Anything above that yellow line, we should be making money. Same thing with Boeing. Boeing cannot find its strength to get above this 182.50, 45 cents away. Boeing, hopefully it'll move. And then Tesla, we are maybe $1.50 away from being in the money. If this moves, it should be a great move to the upside. So we'll see what happens. Looks like we're starting to wake up a little bit too. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to go green on some indices too. All right, guys. Looking good on the SPY so far. We'll see if Tesla's looking okay, good. See, staying patient in the game, right? Staying patient has played so far. So hopefully we can get some upward moves to the on the SPY specifically. So we've hit the, let me see where we at with SPY here. So SPY, hold on, let me see. Let me blow this up real quick. Oh yeah, so we had a lot of confluence here. So this is our bottom. Our pre-market low was we have our pre-market low here, pre-market high, previous day low, previous day high. So we are breaking to the upside now, guys. So that those calls are gonna pay right now. So those calls are now they're up $20. They're up 14% on the SPY move here. So we had taken SPY calls 510. So that's moving in our direction now. So we're good here. We're in the money here. Tesla is making its way up to those calls. The little maybe forgotten about Apple. We did add shares. We had $175 calls for today's expiration. It's gonna be really hard to get up there, but you never know. We might have a tremendous pop to the upside. So far right now we're down 150 for the day, but we're starting to recover nicely. We're down as much as 220. So we've recovered up at least $100 of that, 110, and gonna continue to watch these plays. So patience, man. I'm telling you, that's the number one thing that I think I will preach moving forward for any new trader, even old traders, is letting your trades play out, right? If you have a conviction, if you have an idea, a strategy, whatever, you got to give it a chance to play. You got to give it a chance for it to play out. So that's what we've done here with SPY. We've taken it off this hammer candle. So we've even highlighted it. We have this hammer candle coming right off of a sell-off, usually an indication of a reversal. So if it's a strong reversal, which it looks like because of the wick here, we should work our way back up to the pre-market high, which would be awesome for our calls. So Boeing's waking up as well. All right, so we're up $32 on our SPY call now, 21%. Boeing, we're still down about 20% on that. And we forget about forget about Apple. And then Tesla, we're down 48% on Tesla. But that's okay on Tesla because it moves fast. So we should be able to recover that. All right, nice move on SPY here, guys. That's really good. That should cash. All right, watching these plays play in our direction. Nice. And look at Apple. Speaking about levels, right? We talk a lot about levels here. So we've had this level. We said, okay, Apple selling off. We look left. I always say, hey, your Apple. If you're looking for levels in the chart, you're seeing price action happen. Look left. See what happened in the past. So what we did for Apple here is we looked at this area of confluence here, this area of maybe consolidation. We set a level, came down to that level, wicked up, and now we've had the next hour candle kind of didn't see how if this is going to hold. It looks like it may not, but it may. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. All right, starting to see some goods here, trying to reclaim the 5-day EMA line. So that green EMA line is one of my favorite indicators. Riding that EMA line gives you momentum. So you look at SPY here on the bottom, you can see where the 5 EMA line, it's just, everything's staying below it. It pops above it, but it doesn't close above it. It just stays below. We see below, or it's hugging the line. Never really above it unless it's going up. You see, once it switches on top, it kind of rides the wave up a little bit. Once it goes below, it kind of tends to stay below it. So that is something that I've been using a lot, and it's been helpful. Again, it's not 100% strategy. Nothing ever is, but it gives you a little bit of I always like to say like bumpers when you're bowling, right? It kind of keeps you in the lane, right? It kind of gives you a little bit of like, hey, if it's outside of this, maybe I'm doing something wrong. So especially for new traders, it's a good thing to do. Back test it. You know, don't just take my word for it. Apply it to your strategy. Go back and back test it and see where it worked, where it didn't work, and you know, and then you'll build confidence and know when to use it. We're up $38. We're up 25% on our SPY calls now. This seems to be working. We took that call right off this reversal hammer here. So that was the indication for us to go long, and it's played out so far. So working to our favor right now. And if we can reclaim this 5-day EMA line, get a full body close above it, it will have even more conviction to ride that EMA line to the upside. So that's on watch. And then Boeing is within 3 cents of being in the money for us, but it needs to really get above this 182.50. Tesla's came up to that level. It's getting rejected at the 5-day EMA line, no less. So let's watch those two there. Quick Bitcoin update. Bitcoin, it is 68,024 right now. 68,024. It looks like it may be forming a topping tail on the weekly. Maybe a topping tail on the weekly. So trade carefully on that. I know right now, especially with Bitcoin, guys, I know everybody is like, I need to jump in right now, right? Like right now is when you want to jump in because it feels like we're missing out on this run. But where were you at 17,000? All right, looks like Apple kind of settled down here at this level here, right? Not a coincidence, right? That is an important level based on candle formation here. So it's kind of respecting that. Maybe a little higher high here, possibly going to be building. SPY looking great. SPY's looking really great off this reversal here. We're trying to get up to the pre-market high. That's another level up here. I'm trying to get up there. Oh, I like this jam. Do you think you're slowly dying? I think we are. Definitely are slowly dying. Let's go, guys. Happy Friday. All right, S&P 5130. We were at 5115 at our lowest point, I believe. 5107, we got to our lowest point. We've recovered nicely as on the S&P 500. Also, the futures have bounced off a 200-day moving average on the hourly chart. So it seems like we're starting to see a little bit of a relief here, a little bit of a bounce. Like the sell-off might be done. I know chips are starting to move a little bit more too. So AMD, Marvel, Nvidia, the ARK fund, technology fund, innovation fund, that's moving as well. So sell off in the morning, maybe melt up throughout the close of day. Previous days this week we've been popping in the morning and selling in the afternoon. So maybe it's a little bit of a change of trend or change of close today. I won't be trading the close. I won't be here for the close. I had the right idea on 2 trades last week. So both Wednesday and Thursdays, I had the right idea, which I had puts going into the close, but I was not able to manage those trades because I was not in front of my computer. I was on job sites or business meetings, whatever, and I couldn't watch the trade, and I closed them prematurely, only to watch the market sell off at close, and those puts would have printed. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. Do not try to win them all. All right, so our calls are now down to $22. They were up 36 at one point. All right, we have our next candle there on the SPY. Now we have a full body candle above the 5-day EMA line now. So we like to see this, and we're going to see if it can respect that and start to stay above it and start building up more candles to the upside. We might have a upward trending day after this morning sell-off. I mean, that's the way it's been all week, right? With the data being released, like you have this reaction, and then we have a trend towards the end of the day, and might have a sell-off at the end. All right, there's your SPY continuing to move to the upside. That's very encouraging. Starting to see Apple here kind of find its footing after that sell-off. And then Tesla is starting to work its way back up again. We're trying to get to 165 or above it on the calls. So we have calls there. We're down pretty big on those calls. We're down 90 bucks, but we're as much as 140 on them. All right, so those are starting to come back a bit. I want to see if Boeing also here. Boeing has been beat up the entire week. My best trade of the week has been Boeing puts. So I've been in puts since Monday. And I was trying to just really practice discipline and stick with because it happened to me last week with Apple. Like I took puts at open on Monday and I closed them that same day and I made a whole 40 bucks. But the stock ended down 165 for the week, and I took puts at 180 and it ended up 165 for the week. So I would have made a crap load of money. So I did the same thing going into this week with Boeing. I took puts on Boeing in the beginning of the week, and I hung on to them until yesterday, and I closed them yesterday for about a 500% return. 500% return on $190 was almost $900. It was my best trade for the week, probably the best trade of the month. But more importantly, it taught me that, just staying patient and watching that trade play out rather than trying to trade every day to make $800, I was able to lock in those profits yesterday, and it was a banger, man. It was a banger. And that's what I'm trying to promote on my viewership here a little bit more is to, scalping SPY is fine, like we're doing right now, right? Like we're scalping SPY, and that's fun. But the big money, you're always going to make the big money on the bigger moves, meaning on gap downs, gap ups, holding overnight, maybe, a short-term trader, maybe swinging a couple of days. That's where you're going to make the majority of the money. And I also think it teaches you not to be, because, trading like we are right now is super distracting. If you're at work right now, or if you're on your way to work, things like that, you can't do this effectively, especially if you have things going on around you. But by taking that strategy of saying, you know what, I'm going to get into puts on Monday and just watch it throughout the week, I think it's a good strategy for people who don't have the luxury of sitting in front of the computer all day or can't trade all day. So think swing, think short-term trades, think weekly trades, and not so much, a daily trader or a day trader, because you tend to lose more money that way. I just think it's too fast. The market moves. You walk away, go to the restroom, come back, and the market has dumped. So, so have you, right? You've taken a dump, and then you come to the market, and you take a dump, and it's taking a dump too. So that's how quickly the market moves. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people talk about taking profits when you have them, take them. But at the same time, we want to be greedy. So we fight that greed, and we say, you know what, let me get at least $10 more on this trade. And it just completely goes against us. So I know that I'm preaching to the choir here. I know every single trader, if you've been trading for a while, you go through that. I know you go through that. We all deal with the same stuff. So we're staying patient here, watching SPY pop. Look at that pop. Oh, yeah, we're up $55 on that trade now. We're up 37% on our SPY calls right now. So what do you think I'm thinking right now? What do you think I'm thinking right now since I'm up $55 on my SPY call? What do you think it is? What do you think I'm feeling right now? Put it in the chat. What do you think I'm feeling? What are my feelings right now that I'm profitable in SPY? What do you think I want to do right now? I want to take my profits. That's what I want to do. I want to take profits. But I'm seeing this thing go up to $60, $65, and I'm thinking maybe I can make a couple $100, right? And it is the beginning of you starting to go, what if it comes down to $20? Are you going to take them then? So these are the things of traders that we're going to deal with all the time. It's like, when do I get out, right? When do I get out of this trade? But this is a zero DTE trade, meaning this expires today. So if you're in the money already, it's probably a good idea to take that money, right? Because it can go away, right? Because zero DTE, if it goes against you, you won't have enough time to recover. I'm going to watch it a little bit more though. At least try to get to this blue line here, what is this? It's like 21, I think it's 21, right? Yeah, 21-day moving average. Remember, this is a 15-minute chart. So these EMA lines don't carry as much weight as they would on a bigger time frame. All right, Boeing now, we breached the 182.50. We're 182.65, so we are still down $26 on that. So even though we're in the money, we're still down $26 on Boeing. But the market looks like it's starting to wake up and starting to feel a little bit of a bullish momentum coming into these, at least in the stocks that we're trading currently. So this red bar as it's approaching is the previous day low. So that is probably our target point for taking profits. Going to be about the 512 level if we even get up there. Volume's dying a bit. Now it's $38 and it was 60, remember? Gonna stay patient here and watch this candle form. We've got about 9 more minutes to the next candle on the SPY. 15-minute chart there. Boeing starting to wake up. Still down $30 on that play. Apple respecting this line here. Nice formation here, nice candles. But I think we're gonna find some resistance at this red bar here. So I'm trying to get as close as we can there, and then I'll take profits on my SPY 0DTE today. And if we prematurely take those profits, it's okay. It's okay today. So see, now we've reclaimed the 5-day EMA line. We're sitting right above it. We got a full body above it, right? And it's coming up to this resistance zone here. This red bar here is the previous day low. That's the previous day low of yesterday. That's where we got as low as we got yesterday. And that is a level to watch. That is a level to watch. We're already pulling back a little bit, waking a little bit. We're losing volume too. So this is a low volume candle here. I know we've got about 8 more minutes to go, but it's a lower volume candle. Now we're gonna stay patient here. Apple still respecting that line here, still holding a bit. Staying patient is probably one of the most underutilized, underappreciated strategy. I'm sorry, underappreciated skill of a trader. It is staying patient, letting your trade play out, letting your winners run and cutting your losers fast. So there it is. We're starting to see this candle here. We can get another one. We've got about 7 more minutes to the next candle here. We are approaching this level here. That is a level to watch. So we're going to see how price action reacts to this level. It might just get rejected. Anything can happen at this level here. There's a moment of truth. Why is it so quiet? All right, I'm getting ready to close this out here, just FYI. So you might hear me closing this out here shortly. I don't like the volume. I would want more volume increasing on this climb, not dropping. All right, guys, I'm taking my profits here. $43. I don't know what that is percentage-wise, but I'm going to just take it now just to have a winning trade here with you guys. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about that. We took it off this reversal candle here, made a move to the top. We're approaching resistance. It's why I wanted to take my profits on it. Things can change very, very quickly in the market. I have some more exposure on Tesla and on Boeing currently, so there's no need for me to add more risk to my trading today. So I've just taken a $43 profit here on SPY as we're approaching the resistance level here. So we're gonna know, and if you guys stick around long enough here, you will know if that was a good move to do. I mean, it's good regardless, right? Because you made money. So what's the number one rule is don't lose money. So we've hit our goal there with that, with this trade. Now what happens is we start dealing with the with the regret or with the second guessing feelings of, oh, I should have just stayed. Why didn't I just stay? If it goes in our favor, but if it just dumps here, we'll be like, oh my God, I'm a genius. I knew it, right? So that is the game you're gonna play with your head, and that's what you're gonna be telling yourself. If this trade continues higher, oh, why didn't I stay in? Blah blah. I could have made an extra. I could have made $60 instead of 40, whatever, you know. But that was the trade, and it was a profitable trade, and we chalk it up to a win. So it's that simple. And now we can focus on our other trades. Now we can focus on Boeing. See, Boeing's already breaking. It's getting close. It's getting further and further past the strike price. So we'll watch that and see how that plays out. Remember, we're gonna put close on this. So I like to do that because, I mean, there's some people that follow me and then come in and they look at my chart and they see if they want to know if I closed or if I have it open. So I'll put close on it here. So my calls are already closed for today. It's working its way higher too. Look. Oh man, Apple really took it in the shorts, man. All right, traders. What's up with you? What you guys trading? Where you guys joining us from? Let us know the city, the state you're in. We'll shout you out. Where you joining us from? I met people from Boston, New York, Florida, Lithuania, right? Taquito Traders. He's from Lithuania. Hope I say that right. It's my accent. Porque hablo español, you know? That's why, because I speak Spanish. But anyway, yeah, it's let us know if you guys are so inclined and want to engage. Just can tell us what city, state you're from. Always curious about that. Oh, look at this SPY, dude. And we have it feels like we had the right idea. Yeah, look at that. So far, so good. I mean, right? Right at this level, right? So you guys, if you've been watching here for the last 10 minutes or so, we've taken this trade off of this reversal candle. We made some money on the way up. Fought our greed up here. We're fighting our greed, and now we have this is a gravestone doji, right? This is another reversal signal, right? And this is why I talk a lot about, you know, I talk a lot about this. Let me see. I talk a lot about this, right? Like, know your patterns, know your formations, have it in front of you, reference it often, get familiar with these kind of things. Why? Because you'll see them in charts, and when you see them in charts, you'll know what to, at least have an idea what to do, you know, at least have a have a higher probability of placing the right trade, because at least you have those little bumpers that I like to use. So it's going to be interesting here if this is going to be the top of this move. We've got about 2 more minutes until this candle closes, and we're going to see if this was the move, and then we're going to get rejected here and start working our way down and get below the EMA line. We'll see it together. Got 1 more minute to this candle to close here. Got 40 seconds. This candle's gonna close like that, guys. That's gonna be ugly candle. You're gonna close like a gravestone doji. You'll have your next candle below here. You'll see it. It'll probably be below the EMA line or right at this red line here. $10 seconds. There's a little delay here, so you'll see it here. Watch the next candle form here. Yeah, it's an ugly candle, man. There's your next candle there. Yeah, it's an ugly candle. I'm gonna highlight it for if you guys are here learning with me today. We're gonna highlight this candle. It'll be kind of like this. It'll be an indication of a change in trend, in my opinion. Based on what I know and what I see, we'll see what happens. But other than that note, guys, It is 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. on the West Coast. This is The Spread. We are a live stock trading, option trading show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. I am Shimano Trader. Follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader. And thank you for joining us today. Please subscribe to our show here on Tradecaster. You can also subscribe on our YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys being here with me today, listening to me speak to myself. And just having a little fun here trading. Got about 1 more hour to the show's over. So thanks for hanging us today here on The Spread. Appreciate you guys. So we'll see what happens with this candle here. This is pretty interesting. Will that be a reversal? Right? You're starting to already see red. Look at that. You're already seeing red. Look at that. Right? Took puts up here. Possibly take a put contract in the money. Make some money on the way down. Probably this will be your next level here. Or one of these levels here. But yeah, look at that. All right, you guys, if you guys were here with me, you're watching that happen. It's pretty incredible. I feel confident in calling that play. It makes me feel good. No, it doesn't mean it's going to go all the way down. It just means that it's like exhausted. Like this move is exhausted. All right, there's your reversal on that. That's pretty interesting. That was pretty wild to see. I mean, that was pretty cool. Pretty wild, but pretty cool for me to like actually walk us through that. Like that's playing out so far. All right, looking around the market, 51.29 on the S&P. ES is futures have bounced, but we're starting to see a little bit of red there as well. All right, Boeing 182.60. Excuse me. Starting to get a little bit in the money there. Apple maybe bearish formation here, maybe a bullish. I'm sorry, a bearish flag forming there. All right, traders. Looks like we are going to continue lower here. So we saw this little relief rally here on the SPY. I would do 5-10 puts, to be honest with you. Let me look at 5-10 puts for SPY. All right, we're taking 5-10 puts on the SPY here. So we're going to make this puts. And we're gonna leave it open. 5-10 puts, right? Yeah. Let's see if that plays out. I'm gonna see if that trade plays out. Boeing's looking really good here on the left side, left bottom, left quadrant. Looks pretty good. Looks starting to get a little bit of momentum to the upside. It's breaking through that 182.50 level. Maybe getting some momentum to the upside. Like again, we don't need much. We just need a little move on it. Not a huge move. We're gonna keep this SPY put open, and we're gonna watch this this red bar here. This will be our exit. If we keep moving to the upside here, we'll exit that position at that resistance level there. Starting to see a little bit more momentum build up here on Boeing, lower left hand quadrant here. 182.74 already. So Boeing's still down $27, even though we are in the money, down 25%. Starting to wake up a little bit. Maybe we'll get a nice pop on that today. Here, starting to see SPY starting to get a little bit more red shoot building there. There it is. staying patient here. I used to run a lot. I used to do a lot of trail running, and every month I had a race. No matter, I think that was always my, like, that's how I approach running. Like every month I had to have some sort of an event, 5K, 10K, half a marathon, whatever it was on the trails. And then it would force you, well, at least the way I was thinking about it, it would force me to train and to stay ready for a race. So it would keep my discipline up throughout the week. So then when race day came, I'd be ready on race day. So I would always be actively running. So I always get these emails from, like, after COVID, everything changed. A lot of my friends, a lot of people I used to run with, everybody just kind of stopped running for the most part. So me included. All right, Boeing's moving up a little bit. Now we're down 1750 on it. It's starting to wake up, definitely, you know, right above the 5-day EMA line. And the way it's moving, right, like it's just slowly grinding up. It's going to gain some momentum, I think. So let's see what happens with Boeing today. It looks good, though. Here, we're starting to watch our SPY here, see if SPY gets, you know, we had formed this candle here, and we're seeing if we can catch some downside to it. I think we had the right idea on the SPY trade. Starting to break this level here, starting to get below the 5-day EMA line too. Meanwhile, Boeing's popping. We're only down 250 on Boeing right now. If Boeing starts to move, it'll print. It'll definitely. It's been one of my favorite stocks to trade this year. All right, it's your SPY now. Starting to really see a little bit of a red candle forming there. Apple's starting to find some relief too. Look at SPY, guys. Yeah, I didn't like this volume. I didn't buy this volume formation, especially that it was climbing up and then the volume was dying. Now we're starting to get a little bit more volume here. We got about maybe 9 more minutes for the next candle. All right, SPY's starting to get a little bit more of a deeper red candle here. See, look, might get a flush, guys. All right, so we made money, right? This candle formation, right? We took it off this this hammer candle here. We took longs, and then off of this doji here, we took short. So far that's working out so far. Let's see if we get a little bit more downside on SPY before we close that out. We're not going to stay in here too long. Unless it flushes. All right, so we're watching SPY here. Look, still building some momentum to the downside. We're watching Boeing. Boeing's still down. Boeing's still down a little bit. All right, here we go. Starting to happen. Almost looks like a bear flag here, right? So if we build a little channel here, right, you're seeing kind of something like that. Right, so you're seeing kind of the bear flag, right, and it's breaking the bear flag. That's kind of the idea there, and it's being supported by these two candle formations that are bearish, right? This one was bullish, this one is bearish. So now we're coming down here to this 510 level. We'll see if it's going to bounce or it's going to stay in the channel. Seeing all the bullish momentum, right? Seeing Tesla go green, seeing Apple go green here. We're going to just close this out already. All right, so we made very little money on that, $4 on that trade. And just because I'm watching the other, right? I'm watching Tesla go green. I'm watching Boeing go green. I'm watching Apple go green. So this could just be a little bit of a fake out for us, right? A little bit of a fake out. Probably, you know, we got as much as $12 that we could have gotten it, but we didn't. So we're going to just watch it here. So we didn't lose any money on this trade. We've so far executed a perfect trade. And by that, I mean, if we had size, right? If we would have taken a couple of contracts here and a couple of contracts here, we would have made a couple $100, a couple $1,000 in this move alone, which would have been 15, 30, 45, 1 hour and 15 minutes. We could have made some really good money here if we had size, meaning more contracts, meaning more risk, more exposure to the market. We would make that trade. But if you're a confident trader and you understand what we did here, if you're confident, then you go into that trade with that confidence, then you will put on that size. So that's usually what happens. But we just did it as an example. We did it to build our own personal confidence. It builds our own my personal conviction, my confidence. It really helps me understand exactly what I did to make money on this trade here on SPY and exactly how it worked out. Now, we were managing our risk because we're seeing what other stocks in this index are doing. So we closed out our short and we made $4 on it, right? Maybe like $2 at the end of the day after fees, but it doesn't matter. We didn't lose money. Number one rule of the game. And we knew what we were doing, which is, I think, is the most important thing overall. Is you knew why you took that trade. So so far so good, guys. Been a good trading for Friday, despite the dump this morning. But we've been managing that very well. All right, Boeing is finally in the money. We're up $20 on that now. We're up 18% on that trade now here with Boeing. We stayed patient. We're going to see if we can continue to climb to the upside on Boeing. And then I suspect that SPY is going to recover and continue up this channel. That's what I think. But I doubt we see the flush that we thought we were going to see in this flag pattern, this bearish flag pattern breaking. All right, 51.28 on the S&P. Futures are at 51.92. They did bounce off that EMA line, the 200-day moving average line on the 1 hour chart. And now it's trying to come up against the 5-day EMA line. Nice big candle on Boeing too. So look at this. Look at SPY. Even though we had this reversal candle, that's why we couldn't hang around too long, because it was just gonna fake us out. All right, seeing it here. That was cool to do. That was really that was a really cool lesson here. Live lesson too. Yeah, Tesla's just been like just consolidating here for the last 2 days. It feels like it's sold off and now it's consolidating over the last 2 days. All right, traders. So we watched the SPY here. That was a wonderful, I think, a wonderful lesson. If you were here to watch it live, I think we did a phenomenal job trading this little, these couple of candles here. We read it right, and even though it wasn't like a huge money maker, we didn't lose any money, and we learned to trust what we're watching and trust our own instincts on that trade. So far so good, and so far so good from the perspective that we got out of it as a short, and it's still, it's recovered some, and the idea, we think that it's going to just continue to move higher here above the 5-day EMA line. So we'll see. We're out of it, so we'll just watch it play out. Or we'll see that we should have stayed in it as a short. We'll see. Either one, we'll see. Look, it is starting to fall. Yeah, man, that was so cool off these candle formations. We really called that play. Starting to see Tesla work its way back up, trying to retest that. Remember, we're sitting on calls on Tesla, 165 strike price on calls today. We opened them in the morning. We were really close to in the money when we took them, so we're pretty expensive, and we're down on those. We're down $100 on those. So, but we're, Tesla moves pretty good, and we're seeing if we can get some upward move there on Tesla. Anything above 165 should print. Look at SPY. Now the next candle opened up. Now we're below the EMA line again. See if we're gonna keep getting pushed lower, or if we'll break and get above it. But that is usually the guide. That's one of my guides here. I like the way Tesla's looking here. Come on, come on, come on, Tesla.
Do it.
Come on, Tesla.
Do it.
You can do it.
Do it.
All right, so sometimes zooming out too helps you kind of identify patterns here. You see the bear flag form. You see a break. We may come up to retest, right, and get rejected again. It's pretty steep. It's pretty steep bear flag there, but we'll see. It's a beautiful thing about trading, man. It's like there is a method to the madness. Oh man, Tesla will be the moneymaker today, guys. We can get above 165 on it. That's gonna be bank. That's gonna bank. And it had some good. I think Tesla. I took the call at open because of I read an article. There was some commentary about Tesla, so you know, it was looking to move positively today. So we grabbed those calls. So we're still in them. I've been sitting on them all morning. So. Let me see where they're at. They're down $100, so we're down 66% on Tesla calls right now, but we have the rest of the day. We're going to see how it goes. Also, our SPY here, our SPY trade was wonderful. That was really good what we did here. Exactly what we did. We identified this hammer candle, and then we identified this kind of doji or gravestone doji kind of thing up here. And then we took puts just for 15 minutes, and we made a couple bucks on this little drop here. So we made money on the calls, and then we made money on the puts. That was a really good trade. Worked out exactly as we hope. All right, watching Tesla make a move up here to the upside, reclaim the 5-day EMA, so we can break through that 165 level. And that's another reason we close our put here on SPY, because we're seeing some of the bullish stuff happening on Apple and on Tesla. So we were like, you know what? Let's just get out now. Why are we gonna wait? Even our Boeing, even though we're in the money on Boeing, we're a little. Oh no, we're up $12 on our Boeing call as well. So that's in the money. Look, SPY's continuing lower. Had the right idea with this little Greystone doji here. Almost like we should have stayed in puts. Look at that. That's gonna drag down these other two. We had the right idea there. I'm just starting to really dump now. Might get some momentum. So we're going to be watching this level here to take calls. If we do jump back into this trade, we're going to take calls here. Oh, I have it on the channel. Hang on. Let me draw the line. So this will be our first level here. If we can get a bounce here to take calls. But I probably won't. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to place any more trades just because I gotta hit the field here at 9. So it happened to me yesterday. I placed trades and I thought I could manage them from the field, and I just ended up getting clapped. So it was small loss on SPY. I took puts, and in the middle of the day I closed them because they were going against me. And then when I looked at my phone again, I noticed that the SPY had flushed kind of towards the end of the day. So those contracts were they were juicy, but I wasn't there to execute them. All right, so we're starting to see a little bit of a red candle here formation. Now we're below the 5-day EMA line here. All bearish indicators for me. You know, we've broken out of this bearish flag formation. We came up to tested it. We got rejected again, and now we're under the 5-day EMA line, which is this green line here. So now we're below it. So this will push us further lower until we can get above it. You know, our Boeing put has gone negative $1 now. I still like Tesla though. I think Tesla's got some. I think it'll close above 165 today. All right, looking around the market here, S&P 5124. We've gotten as high as 5138 or so, and as low as 5107 on the S&P. Futures are starting to pull back again. They came up to that 5-day EMA line on the hourly chart, /ES, and it's now starting to pull back a little. VIX is spiking a bit. SQQ's up, TQQ's down. Obviously, you guys know those trade in inverse. Meta's down 1.29%, about $6.35. Looks like chips may be waking up. Amazon is falling. It's down 2.9%, about $3. Don't know what happened there. Maybe retail sales came out. PayPal's down. Lyft is falling. Yeah, we have a good position on Lyft. Our Leap calls on that, and that's falling. Yeah, man, puts were the play. Look at that. Right, we would be in the money again. We'd be right at the money. All right, but we're hitting this first level here. See how it acts at this level. See if it bounces off this level. So we've had these lines set up as areas of support for this stock here. So we've had those levels set up because we found like they become levels of support for the stock. So we're gonna see how SPY acts at those levels. All right, gotta sell. All right, here it is. So now we're bouncing off this level. Our puts are now closed. We would have already gotten there. Let me put things closed. I got some people that just come look at the chart and they want to know if I'm still open or not. So that's closed. But it's bouncing there. It's bouncing there. And then Tesla's continuing to move higher here. So I'm a little encouraged by SPY. Maybe just trying to shake out some longs here. All right, I gotta run to the bathroom, see if we got some MSNBC here happening. We do. All right, guys, hang tight. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Part of that equation, or is it just in general people have to get more comfortable with the risk?
I think rates coming down will start bringing players back into the market. What we're also seeing, though, in the high-end office market, there's a flight to quality. Companies are leasing space. They want to have amenitized buildings, similar to what we did in 3 Times Square, but all up and down Park Avenue. The vacancy rate there is sub 10%, while the rest of the city is about 20%. So if you build the right product with the right infrastructure, tenants want to come because they want to get their employees back into the office. They want to have them with the right atmosphere and the right, new designs, open space, gym, wellness, food, and lounges and cafes. That's what we're seeing. It's the Class B buildings that are the problem. Another positive sign, I think, is AI. We haven't really talked about that in terms of impacting New York. OpenAI is looking for space. We own one of the few buildings in the city that is a telecom data center building that we're looking to figure out how do we expand that footprint to hopefully see demand coming in for data centers in New York. And so that's another positive sign for the city.
I wonder how you feel about whether there'll be any impact if President Trump gets re-elected on things like the real estate market, on things like New York. I've heard people a little concerned about what he might do to New York, given what New York has done to him legally. I'm not going to predict what's going to happen with the election, and we'll just have to see where it goes. But New York is such an important part of our nation's economy. It's got issues. We have a migrant issue that we need to deal. We need help from the federal government. We need more worker status permits for them to start working. But we need money, and it's not just a New York issue. It's a national issue. Chicago, towns in Texas, California, Boston. We all need federal help to deal with the migrant crisis, and we need housing at all levels, as I discussed before. Well, Bill, thanks for joining us with the sort of state of business. Very optimistic.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing my green apple, so I'm on brand with the Guinness sign out front, and have a great week.
We're going to have bagpipes here at 4 o'clock, so stick around.
I love bagpipes.
Bill Rudin.
Thank you.
All right, ahead, we're continuing to follow the story in Japan as workers are set to receive their highest wage hikes in 33 years. We'll discuss what that means for Japan's economy next.
Plus, we have the details on Goldman's annual shareholder letter and what CEO David Solomon expects for the economy and the consumer. Money Movers will be right back.
Missed any of our money-moving interviews, analyst breakdowns, or market analysis? Subscribe to our podcast and never miss any of the CEOs, politicians, and economists who matter most for your portfolio. Look for us wherever you get your podcasts or follow us on X at Money Movers CNBC.
Oh no, sorry for the silence, guys. I think these guys stopped talking. Yeah, they're on commercial. That's why. Sorry for the silence. Oh man, how can you live with silence, man? I don't know. All right, we're back. What's happened? What I miss? What I miss, guys? Somebody tell me. Oh, it's been a good day of views today. All right, let's see. All right, so SPY's bouncing. Tesla's moving, still moving up. Tesla's still moving up here. That's good news. About $1.50 away from our target price. Boeing's giving it up a little bit. It's kind of pulled back a little bit. And it looks like SPY's bouncing off that 510 level. Looking at that formation here. What do we see? You see anything weird there? Indecision candle, right? So you see a candle like this, right? That's kind of have a wick to the top, wick to the bottom. It looks like a cross. That's an indecision candle. So what does that mean? That means that there's indecisiveness happening here. There's buyers and sellers battling it out. You've got about 2 more minutes for this candle to close. It's an indecision candle. That is what that is. It means that people have not made up their mind. Buyers and sellers. Like there's equal buyers and sellers. Maybe that's the way to put it. Anyway. We're always messing with our charts. All right, good look at Tesla here. Tesla's starting to wake up a little bit here. Look at the volume on day one. Well, the first hour, 16 million guys, 16 million shares traded, and then 13 after that. And right now with about 2 minutes, no, it's not. It's an hourly candle. So then this candle here is already at 3.9 million. All right, starting to see a little bounce here at 510. Maybe some bullish continuation here on SPY. Maybe trade sideways, not sure. Got to see. That's what indecision candles means. It means wait. It hasn't really picked a direction yet. All right, Sean, focusing on penny stocks. I like Boeing right now. Boeing's in the money, 750, 10% on that right now. Tesla, we're down 63% on that trade, $96. We're down bigger though, so I think we're gonna be able to catch that. We're gonna be able to catch some Tesla calls today. Probably be while I'm on the field, but we should be able to close those. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. It's just there's a lot of confluence. We're watching Tesla. All right, Boeing, man, really starting to look like it's starting to nice fat candle here. Let's look at 511 calls on SPY just for entertainment purposes. 511 calls are $93 right now. 95 for 511 calls on SPY. 512s are $55. That would get you right up to this pre-market low. So let's take the 512 calls. We're gonna take 2 of those. All right, so we're gonna grab 512 calls on SPY. Not a recommendation, not financial advice. You can and will lose money. Be careful. We're going to see if that plays out or we're going to eat it. Don't lose your gains Fridays, man. It's a real thing. You see what's happening here? So I'm placing a trade for us. 512 calls is where we want to get to. It cost us $55 each contract. We got 2 contracts or 110 into this play. We're consolidating at this level. Volume is kind of flat. We're at the EMA line. I have a little bit of conviction here. So we're going to play the call. We're going to say, again, we don't need the entire move, right? We don't need this entire move. We just want to get close enough. And since we have 2 contracts, we can actually close one up in the money and then leave a runner. So we'll see if that works out for us. Just starting to see some green on the market across the board, flipping through charts. S&P is at 51.26. Also looking like an indecision candle on the S&P on the hourly chart. And but we are starting to see a little bit of green on the chip stocks. AMD, Marvel looking good. Looking for a little bit of a bounce there. They're bouncing a bit here, and we're gonna keep SPY on watch. Already up $3 on that play so far. So our calls are working here. All right, we made a sell. What did we sell? Saw a patch. Nice. All right, so we'll see here. It's a little bit of an indecision time. Now we're down $7 on SPY, on the SPY play. So we'll see how it is. We'll see if we can consolidate here a little bit, get some momentum to the upside. We're still under the 5-day EMA line, so that's a little bit, that's a little bit not bullish. I wouldn't say it's bearish. It's just a little bit. We need confirmation above that 5-day EMA line, I guess, to put it best. Now we're down $5 on that SPY trade. Probably $250 each contract. All right, 832 on the West Coast. This is the spread. We are a live stock and option trading show Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. We're here 30 minutes before market open. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Please subscribe to our Tradecaster channel so you get a notification when we come on air. Also to our YouTube channel that you can subscribe right from the Tradecaster streaming window on the bottom right, just like my little logo. And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel right from there. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader. I'm at Shimano Trader on Instagram. It's the handle that I have for the show. I have a personal one. I'm really a little conflicted with the whole thing. I don't know if I should just be sharing my personal Instagram where I usually hang out most of the time, or this the one for the show. But either way, if you follow me there, then you'll get to know me a little bit more. So otherwise, no big deal. Thanks for hanging with us today here on the spread. And please subscribe and come hang out with us again next week. We got about 30 more minutes before we go off air. We got to hit the field today.
Good luck, traders.
That's my daughter. She got a little fever today. She would usually come here and say it before she goes to school, but it didn't happen today. She's staying home today from school. All right, SPY, little red candle there. We are sitting on calls, 512 calls, so we'll see if we can work our way up there. This was a bullish hammer, bearish doji, or Greystone doji almost. And then that was a put. So we made some money on calls. We made a little bit of put here on this 15-minute candle. And then now we're taking calls again. So we're trying to get up to the pre-market low. I'm sorry, the previous day low, which is this red bar here with this yellow line. That's the previous day low. So I think if we can get up there or close to there, we'll get rejected there again. Or that's the target date. But we're getting rejected right now. So we're going down. Boeing's giving it up too. See that? Tesla, a little bit of a pullback as well. What are your weekend plans? Anybody do anything for the weekend? We got UFC fights. We got fights this weekend. UFC 299 was dope. Shout out to Sugar, Sugar O'Malley took out Chito Vera last week. I mean, just kicked his ass, dude. Broke his face. Kicked his ass pretty bad. So shout out to the Sugar Show. Also, a lot of breaking news with moves in the NFL too. I think there's been a lot of moves in the NFL. That's been fun to hear. I think we lost Eckler. I'm a Charger fan. We lost Eckler to the Commanders. I think Keenan Allen went to the Bears. That was shocking. But now with now that we got Jim Harbaugh, man, he's making some moves already. He's already kind of selling at the top. Keenan Allen had such a great season last year, and he's being traded. So we'll see how that goes, man. Should be an interesting season. I miss football, man. I miss football. Wake me up when football comes. All right, just continuing to watch our plays here. We are in Tesla calls. We just can't get above. I mean, Tesla's been like watching paint dry this morning. A lot of more action on the SPY. So we made a little bit of money on the SPY, and then we are also sitting on Boeing calls for today. All these expire today. Not financial advice, not a recommendation. You can and will lose money, so trade carefully. We've got the SPY puts. Oh no, we're getting flushed. We'll see, man. It's kind of jumping around these two levels here. But look at Tesla starting to show a little bit of red too, a little bit of weakness there. Quick update on Mr. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 68,243. We had a nice pullback. It's forming a topping tail on the weekly chart. So all my bulls on Bitcoin, trade carefully. Don't FOMO into that right now. I know, man, everybody, all of us, anyone I talk to, they're like, I want to just jump into Bitcoin right now because it's all the rave, right? It's all the talk. But where were you at 17,000? That's the question. Where were you at 17,000? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, still still pushing up against the 5-day EMA line here on SPY. So we're going to see if we can regain some support there on EMA line. Right now we're being rejected on the way down, so that's not good. Not good for the calls. Might be good for the puts, but not good for the calls. $51.21 on the S&P. I've noticed that the S&P, man, if you go back and look at the S&P, it's a really good gauge to kind of tell you how the market sentiment is. So we're dropping on the S&P, so we're obviously going to be dropping across the board here. Oh, this is this Close Your Eyes song, I think. Yeah, looking a little reddish, little bearish. Yeah, Lyft sold off pretty hard, man. Amazon selling off. AMD starting to hit a little bit of air pocket there. 51.21 on the S&P. Hey, at least we got good music, right? Let's go. Yo, happy Friday, traders. Don't get down, man. It's all right. Everything's all good. Everything's all good. Oh, man, look at this formation. Oof, man, we had the puts, dude. We had the puts, and then we went long. And that's not good. I'm going to see if we can find some more, so we can find some support here. Let's bring out the fibs in here, just out of curiosity. So I'm going to go from here to the top of the move here. Right, and the golden pocket is right around where we're bouncing at. This is called the golden pocket, the 50% retracement. So we have this jump here to the top. We put in the fibs, and we know that our retracement level is that 50% retracement. So we're right there. So where we're at right now, this line here, this 510 line, is a 50% retracement from here. So from 508 to 512, the 510 becomes the 50% retracement level. So we should be able to hold here, or at least consolidate here. So we'll see if that happens. But don't close your eyes and keep them open. So what's happening to our contracts is we're suffering from what's called time decay. So since these are 0 DTEs, means that they have 0 days until expiration. They expire at 1 o'clock today. So that decay is eating into that premium. So if you're not nowhere near your target price and you're closer to your expiration, then your premiums just, they just get eaten up. They disappear, so that's kind of the thing. That's the game with options. Even though you have a lot of leverage here, like let's say let's pray that SPY would like say jump to like 514. It's like having 200 shares on that move. So it's quite a, it gives you a lot of leverage, and it limits your downside because you're just basically paying for the right to get that contract. So on options, you get that leverage, but you're just more susceptible to losses, because in shares, if you're like Apple here, right? Well, I'm in shares in Apple. I have an option call on it, but that was yesterday and it's still open today. But let's say the shares go down, and now your shares that were worth $10 are now worth $5. Well, I mean, you haven't really lost that money. You've lost the value of the share, but you haven't lost that money, and you won't lose that money until you actually execute the transaction and say, all right, I'll take $5 for something that I paid $10 for. And that's how you lose the money in stocks. But in options, you paid a premium. And if you haven't, if that contract will expire worthless, meaning that your contract that you paid $50 for is now worth zero, because there's no value attached to it. There's no underlying value. So that's why options are dangerous, because you are more susceptible to losses, right? And like right now, right, we're in the SPY call. It costs us $110, right? I mean, that's the most I would lose on that trade. But I mean, who wants to lose $110, especially on a Friday? Nobody, right? So that's what happens with options, that you can basically lose that money, but you're capped out on your losses. Now with shares, if you have 100 shares that used to be $10 a piece, and now they're $5 a piece, well, you've lost 50% of that value on the share, but you still own the shares. You still have them. They're still there, and they may come back, they may not. But depending on your horizon of when you need that money, I mean, you're probably willing to lose, willing to wait to get that money back. But that doesn't happen in options. So that's probably one of the biggest downsides to options is the time decay, and the fact that you truly lose the money at expiration if you're not near your strike price, or at the strike price, or in the money, as they say. Ah, man, SPY, dude. This was the call. This was the call here. We didn't take it. We took calls. We should have stayed in puts. Our downside was more limited than it is now. All right, so we're at that 50% retracement level. See what happens here. Looks like it's not respecting it. Looks like it's gonna flush. Volume's still pretty low though. So when volume is this low, in my opinion, it's like there's a lot of anything can change the direction of the asset, right? Like, so big volume spike, right? Either up or down. It could really impact the asset, because there's very little volume happening right now. Look, the opening volume was 6.9 million, almost 7 million. Then it was 2.9. Then it was 3.17. And then it was 2.1. And then it was just 1.6. Yeah, so it's like sub 1 million shares here at this level, right? 1.1 on this one. Yeah, we're going to stick with them, though. We're going to stay with it for right now. I mean, we're down a little bit on them, but we're gonna stick around for a little bit. Like I said, we have some of our levels here, and we're gonna try. Oh, that's still the fib. And I'm gonna draw a little line here to the downside. No, that doesn't work. All right, going to continue to watch these plays here. See what happens. It's only 8:44. Got a lot of time left. Got a lot of the day left. So anything can happen here. There's our next candle on SPY here. We're right below that level. All right. Wow, Taylor Trader, crazy. Wild. Taylor Trader is going to put a $200,000 trade on SMCI with a strike price of 1,500. She has a stop at 1,000. If this ever hits, I would win about 2.5 million. I have until the end of April for this to happen. Well, good luck, Taylor Trader. Buena suerte. All right, starting to see a little bit of green across the market here. So maybe Amazon selling off hard today, guys. Down 2.37, $4, $4.20 on Amazon. I wonder what's happening. Oh, I think maybe because of the retail sales data. I think they were impacted by that. I think that was today. All right. Well, not a lot of action on these guys. We'll see if SPY can catch a little bit of a green candle here, but it's not looking good for the calls. Boeing's starting to wake up a little bit more. Yeah, looks. Here we have another little baby level here. Yeah, man, this was the call. I had the right play. We had the right play here on SPY. Starting to see a little bit of red here on Apple. I'm sorry, on Tesla. Yeah, not looking bueno, man. No bueno. And then Apple, right, kind of looks like a little bit of a possible immature bear flag forming. Yeah, we're still in the golden pocket here on SPY, so we're still watching that. Dude, I changed my creamer on my coffee, and it tastes so different. It tastes actually really good now. Not like it didn't before, but I just got a different taste. I think you do something long enough, you kind of get used to it, and you can't really taste it anymore. Or you get used to whatever it is that you're eating. But eventually when you switch it up, you can tell a big difference. Oh, SPY continuing lower, guys, here. Continuing lower. This was the call. We had to play. And we got out of this. We got out of our puts right here, but we had a lot more room to the downside. It would be in the money. We were at 510 strike price, and it's 509.80 right now, so we'd be banking a little bit there. But look, as long as it doesn't come down to this level here, you know, this is pretty healthy. You know, just kind of maybe get a little bounce to the top. I don't know if you guys see anything on the this, anything like that would help us, right? So this is coming off of a. Yeah, no, it looks like it's a bearish pattern, if anything, right? Like when you look at the SPY, if anything, it's probably like a bearish pattern formation. It looks more likely, right? Because you're seeing, yeah. I can't like move my arrow around the screen that I'm showing, so I have to learn how to do that. All right, well, gonna keep watching it here. Boeing looks good. Boeing is we're still down $2 on Boeing, but that looks pretty good. Apple finding some support there. Tesla, you know, just, you know, look at this, man. If you're watching this, like, you'd like, pull your eyes out. Look at this, terrible. But SPY is actually catching some momentum to the downside. Yeah, I've already lost my gains for SPY today by taking this puts on today. So whatever I made here and made here, it's already gone. Because I went long when I probably should have went short. I didn't trust. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go back. I'm actually recording this last hour, so I'd see what the hell I was thinking about here. This was a gravestone doji. It just proves to you that, you know, candle formations do have value. There is value in candle formations. I mean, it doesn't mean it's gonna drop for the whole day, right? It just means that was the end of this run. From this reversal here on this sell-off, we have the hammer. Bullish hammer up to a upside down hammer or a gravestone doji, and then that was your reversal there, and then you could have caught this whole what, 15, 30, 45, this whole hour drop, right? And then maybe at this bounce here, can you see this little bounce here? It's kind of happening at this level here. This probably would have been the reversal point. So maybe we reverse here. We'll see. But I'm happy about Boeing. I like that Tesla's not selling off. And Tesla just needs a little bit of love today, and it should play out. I'm gonna make it bigger. There we go. All right, nice little hammer here on the way down. Again, another indicator, right? From here to here. Now you're seeing the same hammer that you're seeing here. You see it on a smaller scale, but you're gonna probably see the reversal here. We'll see if that plays out. It may or may not play out, but you know, I'm just kind of commentating on it as it's happening. Yeah, I got a job site to be at today. I'm walking with a new client. So we picked up potentially a new client. Got referred to us by another client that we've been working with the last year, and they have a new opportunity for us in Torrance, California. So we're going to be walking a job site with them this morning. All right, Boeing looks good. Boeing is kind of hitting the high of the day again. It's approaching that. Starting to see a little bit of a bounce here on SPY right on this line of support. I'm checking the S&P. S&P is at 5118 on the S&P. Futures 5182. Futures is right back down to that level that it sold off to. So we'll see if we bounce there. Eesh, when you look at SPY on the 4-hour, look how ugly this looks, dude. Look at this candle. Look at that. That's so ugly, dude. Look at this nasty candle. That's a 4-hour. Exactly. All right, little bounce there. Little bounce here, right? Right? Not a coincidence, right? Look at this level here. Right? Like, look at this candle here. I always say, look left, man. Look left. Look left. You'll be able to find levels. People are always looking for levels. And I learned this from, there's this gentleman named Grizzly Trader. I think he's with Team Bull. And, man, that guy, I mean, he has to be like a time traveler or something, because he can call out, you know, levels on the chart that when price hits those levels, I mean, it reacts to those levels. So what I've learned from him is to look left, right? So those levels, he doesn't just come up with them. He looks to the left and tries to identify where price action responded or reacted at a certain level, and he charts those levels. And he'll say things like, "Oh, I'm not touching the SPY until it gets to 509, for example." And then you're like, "Okay, you ain't touching the SPY, no problem." And then you see it come to 509, and you see a bounce right at 509. So, you know, you'll learn, and you'll build confidence, and that's where you want to get to, because it'll help you execute your trades. All right, Sean, SPY back under the VWAP and under 510, slow and steady. But if you have multi-day expirations, you are fine. If we close under the 13 EMA line and 510, I think we have a big gap down. All right, there you go. Feeling a little bearish on that 510 level. We're at 509.83. So we've been playing that level ourselves this morning, above it and below it. So we're going to see what happens here for the rest of the day. Trade carefully, guys out there. Be careful. Be careful. Manage your risk. Manage that risk, baby. Yeah, anything can happen, man. I mean, it's I think what happens with us is like, as long as you're not real heavy in a position, right? Like if you're uncomfortable in the trade that you're in, it's probably because you have too much size, right? They have too much size. I mean, like for example, right now on our SPY, I mean, we're in 2 contracts, $55, $110 trade. You know, that's a loser right now. But I mean, it's not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna go bankrupt off that trade, right? But if this was like a $500 trade, it'd be a little bit different. So everybody has different levels of risk, and you got to manage those levels. And you know, don't be afraid to take a loss. I mean, I've been talking about this book where it talks about you know, being a good loser. You know, if the trade's going against you, why are you gonna wait until it eats up all your premium, until you lose all your money? Like, just admit that you're wrong. But we get hopeful when we're losing. We're like, oh, it's gonna come back. I'm gonna make my money back. That's what we say to ourselves, and we watch our money just evaporate. I know, man. I've been trading for a while. I know exactly what everybody goes through because I go through the same things. It's the same thing, man. It's the same feelings. Just some people are better about managing those feelings better than others. All right, I like Tesla here just because it's starting to get above that 5. I mean, all the lines are compressing together, all the EMA lines here. But if we can get above this 5-day EMA line, which is the green line, it's somewhere in here. If we can get above that line, is this sticker? I thought this was sticker on everything. If we can get above that line, then there's a good chance we can get above 165 today, which is our strike price for our contract today. And we're watching SPY bounce right at that level. It's bouncing on that level. All right, we're going to continue to watch Tesla here. Stay tuned to see what the end result is. I don't know if I'll remember to share with you guys on Monday or not, but yeah, man, it's that time of day. It's that time of day. All right, so just a quick recap for anybody who joined me today. Just want to start off by thanking all of you guys for spending a little bit of your day with me today. I am Shimano Trader. This is The Spread, and we are a live trading show, and we do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. We are on the West Coast, broadcasting from Ontario, California. And I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to our show here on Tradecaster, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and spend some time with us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We like to listen to music, trade the charts, talk about the market, hopefully expand on other stuff, trying to add more stuff to talk about in the segment. But I can only be on air for 3 hours because I have a business to run, and I wish I could be here all day, but I cannot. So just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Again, follow me on Instagram at Shimano Trader if you want to connect there. Subscribe to the show. Thank you guys for this week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and you guys are successful. I had a great week trading Boeing. This week was my best trade, over 500% on Boeing puts this week. Practice discipline, and it paid off. So I encourage all of you guys to trade with caution, chart on Sundays, have a plan going into the week. Do not approach the market without a game plan. A bad plan, I would say, is better than no plan at all. So have a plan going into the market and then execute on that plan. And that's it. Other than that, have a great weekend, you guys. Enjoy yourselves trading the rest of the day. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next week. All right, guys. And remember, ask for God's help. All right, little prayer goes a long way. All right, Shimano Trader, I'm out. Peace, guys.